Hey, my name is Sammy Siegler. I help with a few things at Trust Records, a label that was formed to give classic punk and hardcore records the home they deserve. Since Trust started in 2020, we've been lucky to partner with some legendary bands such as Bad Brains, 7 Seconds, SSD, Circle Jerks, SNFU, Youth Brigade, Ink and Dagger, and more. Aside from deluxe packaging and going the distance to ensure the audio is the best it can be, we make the merch you never thought you needed. Great documentaries, infomercials, playlists, and more. We made our own coffee blend, a book of Richard Pryor matches, and a Youth Brigade floaty keychain. So that's kind of cool. 1-833-2-TRUST-1 is the hotline. No one's going to pick up, but there's usually a fun greeting and you can leave a message. Me, I play drums in a bunch of bands, Judge, Youth of Today, Rival Schools, and more. I've been a guest on Toby's One Life, One Chance podcast twice. It's great to see how it's grown. He gets killer guests and always keeps the liquid death on ice. And if you're lucky, you'll get to see Derek Green or a Morse family member. Let me plug something. Trust Records is a proud sponsor of the New York City Tattoo Convention. That's happening in New York City, July 24th through 26th at Terminal 5. Over 150 artists, 2 nights of music, including Negative Approach, Murphy's Law, Judge, and a top secret Trust Records artist. Tickets are at nyctatcon.com, nyctatcon.com. You might have missed it, but we just partnered with American Nightmare on some tees and a hat. I say this because you should go to trustrecords.com and subscribe to our newsletter. We often give subscribers a heads up. Right now, there's a few special items remaining on the Trust website, trust.com. For example, a fishbone hat, DYST, Ink and Dagger raincoat and bucket hat, volume 4 of our zine, a super rare have-heart SSDT, artist Devin Flynn's Trust design, Jesse Barber's design, BYO, Hepcat, DFL, Stylock 13, and more. That's all from me. Enjoy today's guest.
Yo, go to trustrecords.com. Use my code LIKEGLUE, LIKEGLUE, like glue, and get 15% off of anything on trustrecords.com except for Ink and Dagger. That's trustrecords.com. The code is LIKEGLUE and get 15% off. So excited for this partnership with Trust Records. It's been a long time coming. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. They have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Notes, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. All right, so welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast.
Thank you.
Back on the podcast for the third time.
Yep.
Third time's a charm. Mr. Walter Schreifels, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Feels good.
You were on episode 16 originally,
Mm-hmm.
and then you came back, you did episode 140. And since then, I've done 260 episodes.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm almost at 400 right now, which is crazy.
Whoa.
So thank you for being part of this podcast.
I love it.
Journey. I appreciate it, man.
I like that. I kind of get in there one every 100, so the next one will have to come sooner so I can keep a pace.
How's life? How's everything going?
Great, man. I'm really happy to be out here. I just visited my dad down in San Diego. It was really wonderful.
I know he lived there. That's cool.
Yeah. He lives down in South Park. Had a really nice time down there. Saw John Reese. Had a great night out with him.
John Reese?
Yeah, he's the best.
Wait. John Reese, the old manager, John Reese?
John Reese.
A different one, maybe.
No, John Reese from Rocket and Drive Like Jehu.
Different. Okay. I had a crazy manager from out there who managed Hazen Street and Limp Bizkit and all these bands back in the day.
Oh, okay. Same name.
The Missing Thumb. Yeah, different person.
Ooh, no.
San Diego's nice, dude.
I like it a lot.
I know.
I like it a lot.
I could live there, but my son loves it for the surfing and the surf culture.
Yeah. It's sort of like, it's more chill than Los Angeles, I think. Because you're just, I like it a lot. My dad lives in a cool neighborhood, very walkable, and it's great.
Could you ever live in Cali?
I would, but I feel like I missed my window. Like something would have to really change. Like I wouldn't want to. If I moved out here in the 90s, the 2000s, whenever you came out here, and it seemed like it was like more potential, but now it just seems like more expensive than New York. Between driving and all this stuff and all the expenses of all that stuff, it just seems like I don't want to start there.
Sure. Do you have a license?
Yeah.
So you've driven a bunch, yeah?
Yeah, I drive all the time. I drive in New York.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of parking tickets.
Damn.
Shit ton. Actually, my wife just sent me a text with like, I don't know. Every once in a while, they'll just pile up, and I just gotta cough up like $1,000 in parking tickets. Yeah, it'll happen.
Is this because you don't pay attention? You just jump out of the car.
There's just so many of them. I don't even know if they're real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you park your car, and the guy goes by and puts it in the computer system, and you just find out about it later. I mean, you get a material ticket, but to be honest, like, this is probably not good. But this is my problem. But, I got shit to do, dude. I'm not reading this thing. I know I can go online, to pay it. Yeah. So I'll just let them sort of accumulate. And, oh my God, I got booted last year.
Really?
But I think that was because of my registration had expired in combination with a bunch of tickets. I'm sounding like a real deadbeat here, but
are you a responsible adult in society?
I pay all the shit, dude. I pay all the things. I'm just maybe a little bit, I'm busy, guys.
Your life's on tour, though.
I'm on tour. I'm working, guys. I'm out here doing it.
You're touring more than you're actually living at home and like living in society in the world, I guess.
I think I have my toes in that world and tour world. It's sometimes equally, sometimes one's a little bit more than the other.
Because you really don't have to be a responsible adult in the music world. You just got to show up and do your sound check, play the show.
Well, that is important. You got to show up for sound check. You know what I mean? And
these are your responsibilities, I'm saying, compared to being off tour.
Yes. And you can't. Yeah, but you also you're always responsible to you're with your bandmates, so you got to keep that, those are relationships. Yeah, you got to keep them in check, keep yourself in check. You're always dealing with different, people in different bands. You're dealing with the people that love your band. It's not like, fixing the BQE in the summer, but it is, there is some level of toil and responsibility, but yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love it. Who am I kidding?
I mean, what is the last job you had where you had a boss you had to clock in, you think?
Probably when we were roommates.
In 1988?
Yeah, like
wow, dude.
The last job that I had was Integral Yoga. I was working at the health food store.
Where's that?
That's on 13th Street in West Village.
And this is like 1988.
Somewhere around then.
Wow, dude.
No, it would have been later. Because it would have been later. It would have been like after, like, it would have been probably like 89, 90.
Never worked at Prana?
No, but I worked at
hotspot.
I worked at I always kind of like, this sounds shitty, but I always thought like Prana was just a little too kind of like, like Birkenstocky, like a little too grimy.
Granola, yeah, grimy. Yeah.
So I was working at Integral Yoga, which is more like culty, and
okay.
And in the West Village, it was like just a little more high end, but
more bougie.
Yeah, a little more bougie. I worked at the Prana restaurant though, which was called Ahimsa.
Oh, okay.
And I was the dishwasher. I was on the cover. It was on the corner of I think 1st and like 9th or 10th or somewhere around there, and John Watson used to work there, and
I saw he was at the show.
Yeah, he was at the show. Yeah,
for every band, like on stage dancing. The whole that was really cool. Wow.
Yeah. He's
back in the mix.
He is, man. He'll show up for the big things. You'll see him at like if you go to a show in the park or something, I'll always bump into him. And he used to be he was a chef, and I was the I kept quiet around that time because he is just like a little bit intimidating.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
What was the spot that Kristen DeLong worked at, or Purcell on 6th Avenue?
Oh, Down to Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked at Down to Earth as well.
That was another spot.
Yeah, I worked at I must have worked at another health food store. But all the health food stores, because all your homies would be working at the other one, so I'd just be dipping. Even though I was like not working at Prana, I would dip in and see like Chaka and Alan and Mark Ryan, Ryan. And a bunch of like I think Javier from Sid's, a whole bunch of all the health food stores back then were all hardcore related.
Crazy, dude.
So you were just got eaten soy. The freaking fridge was packed with fucking, Ken's Hawaiian barbecue.
So maybe after the GB record, that you started just doing music, and that was kind of it.
Because not that we were making a lot of money, we weren't, but it was just like a short period of time to where we would go on a tour, and then we would like, I don't come home with like a couple $1,000. That shit, you could stretch out your life on that. So back then, and then I kind of caught up to when I was doing that, and Youth Today, not like I said, not a lot of money, but you play a few shows.
You're good with money, man. You're smart with your money, I think.
And I was smart with like being in a my rent was like $200.
Back then was crazy, dude.
You know what I mean? And then I would be, like my rent. I remember thinking of people that paid like $400, $500 rent. Just going, are you fucking crazy? Your parents are rich. And so that's why you're doing that. Yeah. That's insane. So I would keep it down to $200 and live wherever I had to live. And I'd be stealing all my food from health food stores.
So you're frugal.
I don't know if I'm frugal. I just was
back then. It was just surviving.
I had it hooked up.
Yeah,
I knew, and I think and I'm not like. I think what's a beautiful thing about being music and talking about Jamie giving you this focus right thing is like you're in your own like a little economy of your friendship economy of like you're looking out for people looking out for you.
Totally.
And that's real. Like it could be cliche in a way, but like.
Friends give me CDs from this thing so I can sell and make money. And
that's
reality,
it, dude.
Man.
And it's like, and your participation is if you have something like that, if someone comes into the grocery store, and I'm not saying that this is always a good thing to do, but I'm giving you the shit for free.
You're looking out for our friends.
Yeah. Dude. And that's how it honestly, that is how it should be, like not to like steal from anybody, but just like, we were doing good work. We're doing the Lord's work.
No, it's true. And looking out for each other, man. We're surviving out there, playing
music, creating things for people to like participate in, get inspired by, and bounce that around. And so I'm not materialistic, but I wouldn't say I'm frugal. If I want something,
that's not a word we used back there anyway. I'm saying you knew how to budget your money. Yeah, you were smart with your money back then.
I'm trying to keep my hardcore like vibe back. We're talking about the past, like frugal Walt. There he is, frugging out. No, that's too expensive.
I learned that word past couple of years because my wife's frugal. I'm gonna say she's frugal.
Yeah, no, that's a good quality.
That's why we live in this house. Yeah, she was smart with the money, investments, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's very cool.
So that's not a diss. It's like you're smart with your money. That you know how to survive on.
Yeah,
you can make it stretch out.
And you don't need. Yeah,
it's not being cheap.
I'm not into stuff either. Like I mean, I have acquired stuff, but it's like I'm not like, oh God, I need that or something.
What is something expensive that you did by yourself in your life? Is it sneakers or is it something?
Something that was expensive that I did was and not and I have friends that have
like
really
materialistic. Yeah.
I don't know if it's materialistic.
Okay.
But I built a studio. I have I have a place I built a studio.
That's smart. It's investing in yourself in music. That's amazing.
Exactly. And I got this stuff that and I'm getting great use out of it, and I'm sharing it with friends. Like I just had 95 Bulls, a really cool band from New York. I was like, you don't got to give me shit, dude. Just come up, hang out. Let's have a fun time. You guys play, and I'll come in and hang out, tell some jokes. But I just want to share this space, and that's going back to that idea of like, that's what people do for me. They extend all this cool shit to me, and
you're a giver.
So it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good.
And then once you got signed, you were like on that label for a long time, man.
I was.
Like over 10 years, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought was amazing. They had you on there for all your different projects.
I had a good run there. Yeah, it was really cool. The people there were, that
was Island, right?
Island, yeah.
Yeah.
And the people, that was. Times have moved on, but like at that era, they were still making shit tons of money. So there was like lots of people that could like work in the music business. Now there's not nearly as many, they can't really like make a living at it.
Yeah.
But back then it was awesome. You would just be like so many people. Of course, there's like these psychopaths, maniacs that like are it's like hookers and cocaine for them. But there's like a lot of people that were just like. People like just like me that love music and found a way to like make a living at it. So that was fun and it was cool. And then I've kind of experienced every sort of way of doing it to now, in this digital time and started off like at Revelation and just gone through every which way of doing music. You
Totally. Through all the different times, man.
Mm-hmm.
You survived through it all.
Yep.
Still here making music.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, I get to that, but I'll go to the new Quicksand now, because just making new music, you've always made new music with all the different groups you've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to, not hard, like being inspired at this age in this world to make a new Quicksand record? I love the 2 songs you dropped. They're incredible songs,
you.
man.
What up, Max?
Um,
How's it going, brother?
do you stay inspired? Do you stay writing all the time?
Always, yeah. I think it's like a mental tick. I don't know how it is with you with lyrics or but it's like I'm always like thinking of a riff, you know what I mean? And lyrics take a little bit more time with me, but like, you know, sometimes I'll think of a concept about something to write, or like something will inspire me, but it's always coming. But you know, it's another thing to like take that sort of like genesis of an idea, and share it with bandmates, rehearse it, build it up, record it, release it. That's a lot of little decisions and movements. And but the inspiration always comes.
And I love that you're making a lot of music, because a lot of people from our generation aren't making music as much. We're touring.
Yeah.
Like, I just had this conversation on the pod with Justice from Trapped Under Ice. Shout out to Justice.
Yeah.
He gave me a little talking to about how he thinks it's time for an H2O record. It's been 11 years. And,
Yeah.
you know, people care and want to hear what I have to say. And I get in my head about things thinking, like, do people really want to hear new music from us, or like hearing just a catalog of stuff? But people like you inspire me to do new music, you know, and hearing the new Quicks, I'm like, holy shit, this fucking crushes.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously there was never a second GB record. We have the Civ Set Your Goals record, which I think could have been the second GB record.
Yeah.
But there's no need to make a second Gorilla Biscuits record.
I think it's like, for Gorilla Biscuits right now, it's, I mean, I would never rule it out completely, but I do feel like what we're doing is a lot of fun and works. I think it's like sort of a celebration of a thing. And,
It's incredible, dude.
Thank you. Yeah. And I'm super grateful for that. I personally get out my, urge to like create and keep doing. I have a lot of different avenues for it.
You do. Rival schools.
Yeah. So I could do new things with anything. And right now I'm focusing in on Quicksand. But I think, I would second what Justice is saying. Like, H2O has a good amount of albums. Like, why wouldn't anybody want to check in on where your head's at now?
I know.
And I'm sure, like, I think now is like there's a bigger audience for it potentially, that it wouldn't sound so, hardcore music is not a far out concept for people. I don't think.
It's massive. It's such a crazy time for hardcore.
Yeah.
But like, back to the GB, I think there's not really other bands I can think about that have a record that's almost 40 years old and 2 years from now, that's still relevant, that's cross generation, different generations, that's still relevant. It's incredible, man. And it's like, I get it. Like, Start Today, perfect album. Like, do we make a second one? I know you guys did the 7 inch, that 1/7. I thought that was great.
Thank you.
But it's like, we don't really. I don't know if the world wants it or needs it, or unless you guys want to make it. I'm saying it's fine what is happening right now. It's incredible to see that every time you guys play, it's younger people at your shows.
Yeah. I think it's like a celebration of our friendship, a celebration of this scene that is like when I'm playing a GB show, like, generally, like, I feel like the most I'm in the audience, to be honest. Like, I'm watching the show. Like, I'm watching my friends. I'm watching the audience. I'm watching, young kids that are really like discovered this music, and they're still like, the teenagers and stuff there's the teenagers that are finding it from their parents, which is absolutely beautiful.
It's amazing, dude.
And then there's teenagers that are just finding it.
That's even.
And their parents have no fucking clue about
I know.
it. And like, it's so nice to have that pathway, that commonality, and this multi-generational thing, and that hardcore is like truly, it's still that thing that turned me on when I was young, where it's just like, I can just step up on the stage at CBGB's and then I'm on the stage. Who's going to stop me?
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yes.
And that's like, I can write about this. I can start a band. I can, all those kind of things, and how that's true. And I feel like Gorilla Biscuits, is like owned by that. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I think we could do new songs and stuff, but it's I don't know, it's just kind of working as what it is.
It is, but making new Quicksand songs makes more sense because you just put a record out.
Yeah.
Distant Population. I love that record too. That was 2021.
Yeah.
And make another one. You're still touring. You're still like being inspired to make new music.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could see you guys. Man, who knows who you guys end up touring with on this record? But the record comes out with July 17th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of tours planned for this year.
We're planning some up, yeah, and I think we could do. I'm hoping to really play a lot. You know, we got.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really psyched on the new material. I think we really kind of, from the experience of touring off of Distant Populations, like, and you know, even like reintroducing ourselves in Interiors, which is our first album back. You know, once you kind of like break that seal of like, okay, you know, everybody's excited when a band comes back because they're fired up about like, oh my god, they're fucking great. So you go and see them once and it's cool. You go and see them again and it's like, well, I kind of saw them last year, the tickets cost this much, and you know what I mean, it starts to like go down generally. And then if you make new songs, then you're starting to like, you're initially like replacing potentially songs that was their favorite song when they were, you know, a teenager with some new song, which they maybe like could really love, but maybe would prefer to hear the other song. So you're kind of like, kind of bumming people out no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But if you keep punching through and you kind of like do it, then you start to have your own, you kind of create your own context and your own win. So I'm really happy with where we're at, and all these like playing live and stuff really informed, you know, kind of kicked my brain back into gear and my sensibility about what Quicksand is or could be, and I think this record's really focused, and I'm really excited about it for that reason.
Yeah, you love playing new songs in the set and putting them out there.
Yeah, they're fucking better. I like the new songs better. So it's like,
so bored with the old songs.
I swear to God, I'm not like, I'm pretty convinced of it. You know, so that's a good place to be. But you know, I love the old songs too. I mean, it's not like that, but it's like I'm doing this because like me and Serge and Alan, freaking, we jam, dude. We have great chemistry. We work together. We have all these experiences. Like that's the contemporary place that I'm in. I want to share that with people, and I just I love it.
I love that you're living in the now too. There's so many people get caught up living back in the day and this and that. And all, but I love that you're like doing stuff now.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And expressing yourself now at your age too, and like as you're grown as a human, as a parent, as a father. I mean, a husband, whatever too. Yeah, it's interesting making new music. I've been inspired about it. I did a post about it yesterday. The response was crazy. I said, "You're making a new record. It's been 11 years." And people like, absolutely, we're waiting for it. It makes me... Not that says I should do it, but... and then Hilly gave me a talking to the other day about it, and these younger people that I respect and love.
Dude,
you know?
you're starting to put yourself out there a little bit. I feel like you're already like now look, what the fuck, dude? Now you got to do it.
I got Toby Morse back in the mix. I got other people so that there's riffs going around, and so I don't want to force anything ever. That's probably why we took so long to drop a record, but I feel like I'm more inspired now. What's going on in the world and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be way better. You can talk about where your head's at now, and I think people obviously would be accepting it. I don't think anyone. What kind of attitude is like, no, dude, don't do it?
I know.
Like what kind, you know? And in regard to like people not making music who are like, you know, were my peers and doing really cool shit, but aren't doing that now. It's not easy making music and running around and doing all this crap, and especially in this day and age where like it's beautiful that there's so much out there, but at the same time, it's just like a massive ocean of musical content, and so you're not going to get you're not necessarily going to get the attention or you know,
especially on the all the online stuff too.
So you still has lessened, but the amount of work it takes to doing it, and it really has not, you know. So and you know, people are freaking working at their jobs and have other responsibilities. So I think that's like, and because I'm in a position to where I can just do it, I fucking love it. It's fun.
I know. I'm in a position too. I gotta do it.
And you are too, dude. What the fuck?
I know. I had the band start today on here. I love those kids. And they're talking about just like older heads and like gatekeeping, all that kind of stuff. And they had a really great point that a lot of people that say what isn't hardcore, what's happening now, a lot of these people have made records in 30, 40 years. And we're not, I'm not saying that we're the most open-minded, me and you talking here, but older heads like about Turnstile, just stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you ever made a record? Make a record now. It's like if you care so much about it, why don't you make your music? I haven't put a record out in so many years.
Yeah, I think that
Do you know
doesn't.
what I mean?
I think complaining about that is like everybody's entitled to do that, but I think
Totally.
I think it's like sometimes it reads like you just seem like a little bit grumpy, man. Like what if you don't like it, you don't like it. But like what's hardcore now? It's like such a blessing because it's like, let's just say the hardcore that like, you know, let's just like, we're kind of creating a straw man as some sort of like grumpy dude that like, you know, like hardcore doesn't matter after whatever year that they think it's cool.
84, whatever.
You know what I mean? And like you and I had to deal with that. Like, yeah, hardcore ended in 84. So like, what are we, so what we're doing is just like not valid. Okay. So then, you know, after what we do, you know, we're looking at 90s hardcore, like, oh yeah, I don't know, like whatever, these kids like this stuff, it's not really valid. And then, you know what I mean? So this is like sort of like the sort of conservative aspect of this kind of music, but I'm so grateful that it's not just some weird music thing that happened at one time in one place. And we control it, and I can just like talk about glorious stories about this thing, and like, and you can't be there and you can't know because you never will, because I know it. And like, I don't want to, like, that's really silly. So
silly.
But fine.
But these kids are creating their own glory now, their own times, their own
dude, I want to know about that. And it's like, to me, the main thing is like because I can remember being like, even back then, like certain things that were in hardcore, I'd be like, nah. Now, you know, hardcore, if you're not like influenced by this group of bands, then to me, that's a no. And I had people that were telling me above, like, you know, like, if I had some tape like that guys in Youth Today thought was not hardcore, they would like literally just chuck it in the street, in the ocean. You know what I mean? So it's like always like, and just teach me, like, you know, smack me that that's not hardcore. And so people are always saying that. Whereas now I just think it's like, let it be as wide open. It's more about ethics. It's more about community,
diversity.
Yeah. And it's like, it's actually
happening now too.
Yeah. And it's like the difference between that kind of music and just like the music outside of it. Like, obviously I'm not just like listening to hardcore. I don't mean that, but, that it is, it has this sort of community minded, ethos that, we need in this world. This world's fucked up. Everybody's so like isolated and divided and constantly, and this is one space where it's like we can, you know, surely talk shit, have opinions about stuff, but like, but just acknowledging the fact that it's a thing that's not really corporately controlled you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I think that's a beautiful thing. So I'm in favor of it, and I just always, the people that are going to like resonate, the kind of like those kind of like whatever, you know, gatekeeper kind of comments, the people that resonate with is, you know, it just seems like, why do you give a shit? But it's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure when you guys first came out,
free country.
Yeah. When you came out, same as us, we were too melodic for the scene. You guys came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you were singing.
Exactly it. Yeah. Like
harmonica.
Yeah. Like when GB first started, it's like, I was just like trying to race to get out of like my sort of like newbie like poserness, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know all the cool shit. So it's like, it's actually, that's like really like, and you probably remember this, we like, it would always be about like, you know, like hanging out with Anthony Cominelli, him telling us a story about like A7s or some like magical thing that you could and he would be sharing it like not to like make us feel bad, but to share it with us.
Totally.
And just kind of spark our imagination of this time that was so fucking cool. And so I'll always idealize that time because I wasn't there. But like people would say that about our time.
Yes.
And to me, I was like, we don't know shit, dude. We haven't seen anything. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then you kind of like do your time, and then, you know, hopefully like, you know, you create your own lore and stuff. But like, I'm kind of like not trying to like make anybody feel like, because I feel good about something, I'm not going to be trying to like lord that over anybody. It seems really,
No, totally.
It's just not something I'm interested in doing.
I was thinking about how he had a flute on the GB record 1988.
Yeah.
Fast forward, no, he had a harmonica. Fast forward to Speed having a flute on their record. I think it's so freaking cool.
Right. Oh, I never really thought of that parallel, but yeah, it's like,
because nobody had done that back then, and nobody had done a flute now.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
He's a flute teacher. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's a music teacher.
It's very cool.
And to see that in the hardcore, when he's like moshing on stage with the thing, I'm like, dude, this actually works.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think I think the music is open like that, you know, and I definitely love, and to me, because that's what I discovered, that kind of like those early sounds, you know, be it like, you know, the early Discord stuff, or even the stuff, the early New York stuff, or even like when we were like making these bands, like there was bands that like Altercation or something like Straight Ahead that were like Outburst, that were like maybe not like the most well known, but making fucking awesome music that just really speaks to me. And when those bands like translate to where it's just the music and everybody's kind of discovering it at once and it connects, it's like, fuck, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I love that.
And those bands seem so important right now, like the Outbursts and the Breakdowns and the Marauders. Like a lot of this generation love all
Marauder,
that stuff.
dude.
Huge,
they're getting
bro.
a lot of love. Yeah.
I know, like the Master Killer record. I think it's like, wow, I remember when that came out back then.
Yeah.
You know? It's just crazy how that stuff kind of makes its way here now through everything. You know what I mean?
And to me, Marauder was a little bit post. I was kind of
totally,
like, you know, like it was a little bit like
hard,
after the fact for me. And, but you know, you had to just go like, oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool that that these things continue to reverberate. So it's like, if you were there and witnessed those shows or those times and stuff, that's a beautiful thing. But it's like, does it end there? I don't know. It seems like maybe that's, it seems like maybe you're just real interest in following this might have ended there, and so you have that perspective, and people have that, you know what I mean? It's like, my time was the time, and if I don't understand it, then I don't like it.
But the difference is you continued from that time and never stopped making music and records and being part of this subculture in this community, which not many people have, like from back then. They're still doing it. Yeah. For life. Yeah. You're a lifer. You know what I mean?
I'm in it. And it was not what I expected from my life, but I'm happy that it's turned out this way.
I mean, you mentioned Youth Today, kind of breaking your balls about different types of music, but I said it in the last pod, I'll say it again. I said it to Haley too, we're talking about it. Just when you came home with the Sugar Cubes or like Meet Is Murder, playing those records in your room, I was like, what the hell is this shit? Yeah. And you made me, you opened my mind and realized like I can listen to other types of music. If Walter's doing it, he's listening to this Sugar Cubes, Bjork, all that stuff. Yeah. It's cool, man.
I mean, I was always interested in different kinds of music, and that's what, you know, all the music that I've done, there was a time where I was like, all I care about is hardcore. Like all those other bands, like I'm just 100%
blinders on.
I don't really have that much time for the Smiths right now. I'm really focused on knowing everything about Reagan Youth. I want to know fucking I want to know everything that Anthony Comunale knows, because
all that stuff.
like I want to know about like.
So he was the big bro back then, like.
Yeah, he was kind of like, and you know, and the Token Entry guys too would you know, Ernie, like those guys had seen stuff at A7s and they had all these records, and then with Youth Today it kind of took another level because like Ray and Purcell were record collectors, so they really had this other kind of knowledge of stuff. So you know, I just wanted to know everything about it, you know, and I think, you know, now maybe it's not as much of a quest, because if someone just tells you the name of a band, you can just put it in Spotify and just jam to it for a few days, but which is great. Cool.
We weren't discovering like we used to, yeah.
But back then you'd have to like, you know, get a tape or go on the journey and
thank you list.
Meet somebody and read thank you, like the breadcrumbs of all that stuff. So, you know, but that education was what I was into, but over time, once I kind of felt like caught up and made my own records that worked in, you know, my bands were like legit hardcore, you know, like we fucking did it. Like this is considered hardcore. It's real. Like we're in there, like we're not just posing, like trying to imitate something. And then it kind of my mind started to go like, all right, well, what else? Now I'm interested in other stuff too. But you always carry that
For sure.
kind of understanding, or I always carry that understanding with me. You know what I mean? In terms of how things are done, how they can be done. I think like the DIY aesthetic is really applicable to now because no one's doing for you. You know, like it's not like, when I was on Island Records or something like that, it's like they're spending a whole bunch of money to like create these different opportunities and stuff for you. But now it's like, if you want to do it, you got to fucking do it. No one's necessarily going to hold your hand or kiss your ass to do it.
It's cool because most of the bands you started finding out about, they're all local bands. It's not like you're finding out about bands that, obviously you found out about the West Coast bands, but everything's like in your neighborhood, like Killing Time, Token Entry, all these bands.
They're just like other high school kids.
I know, it's crazy.
Like
dude.
they were going to high school in a different part of town that was sort of like had its own thing. I had my own ideas about it, and then it's like you're those guys that come in one week with like a sick mosh part, and you'd be like, fuck, that's a good mosh part.
Damn.
How are we gonna answer that? You know what I mean? And it's just like over a series of Sundays, you're getting inspired by your peers.
Totally, and they're not much older than us either.
No, dude,
they seem so much
young,
older. Though.
Yeah, but like even like like when Breakdown came like kind of like after Gorilla Biscuits sort of had a little bit of I wouldn't say we were like super in there, but we came a little bit before them. And they had these fucking heavy ass riffs. I was like, God damn it, dude. This is not MIU Youth Crew. This is like some scarier shit. And
makes you feel different.
Or even earlier on, I remember first hearing the Sick of It All demo was just like, these motherfuckers they're sick musicians, and this demo is so tight, and like I freaking wanted to like catch up to that, and what they were just they were around longer. They had a better understanding of the music, and I like that was inspiring to me. And they were from Flushing. We were from Astoria and Jackson Heights, and we would never like. It's not like you'd walk around Flushing and make friends, but because we were all meeting in the same place, you started to know your whole city. Mm-hmm. It was dope.
Would you see Jimmy G out there back in the day?
Jimmy G, yeah. I mean, he was, when I first started going to shows, Jimmy G was the king, dude. And he's still the king in my eyes. It never changed.
Frontman ever, man.
Oh my God, dude. It's like, we just played with them up in Portland, and just watching him, how he connects to an audience, and just
he's a
and
comedian
the band
too, bro.
He's super funny,
Band's tight too.
His just energy is super good, and his band right now, I'm really digging. I mean, there's been like many variants, and some I like better than others. The one now is like it's like a sick like Stooges kind of like rock band. They're dope.
Yeah, they got the long hair guy. I forgot what band he's from. He's an OG Lower East Side guy. He was in a rock band, a big rock band. Yeah, the guy in that big guitar ripper.
Oh, I didn't know he was in a big band.
God, a band we know from New York that was like kind of a rock band that kind of blew up for a second. What the fuck are they called? I don't even know, man.
Crack squad right now.
It's a really great squad right now. Yeah. So yeah, we out here. And so I was gonna say also about one thing about GB. It's cool just thinking about like, you know, Steve Aoki has a GB tat. Mm-hmm. Fall Out Boy covered a song back in the day. Mm-hmm. Haley Williams just had you on her top list of like so I think that's so cool to see other artists that you inspired in different kind of genre, not genres, but like Steve Aoki's over here, then Fall Out Boy and Haley Williams. It's awesome, dude. Yeah, how far it's come.
Yeah,
since the record.
It's really, you can't.
Because writing that, you're not even thinking about how long you've been in this band for. You're little kids.
I assumed not that long. I wasn't thinking like, this
years.
Is how I'm going to make my career. No, I was not thinking that, So it's magical, and, and I still love playing those songs. I love the song. I literally take inspiration from them when I think of like, when I'm thinking like, what is, because you're always going through, you're like, oh, well, this is important, or this is nagging at me, or something like that. Or like, someone's pissing me off, and I go, there's two sides.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I listen to these GB songs, my own words, and I start to think like I'm communicating with my like 18-year-old self. And when you're 18, I really think 18-year-olds are so fucking smart, because they haven't sort of, I mean, no, a lot of 18-year-olds have experienced forms of trauma.
But you think you know everything at that point, though.
And dude, your brain, you're pretty smart, I think, at that age. You know what I mean? And you can, at least for me, like I had a lot of and maybe it was the scene that we were in, and Youth of Today and 7 Seconds and Minor Threat and these sort of like bands that were sort of striving for a it seemed to me like it wouldn't be like it almost was like a civil rights, this sort of enlightened progressive idea about like how we could be, how the scene could be in a small way, and then writ large that how the world could be. It was so cool.
For sure, man.
Every weekend, like people coming in with like sick raps and like about like whatever the topics were. I mean, I found it very powerful. A lot of the commonality of like anti-racist sentiment in New York City. And you would be, I feel like, dude, I would be so stirred by all that stuff.
For sure.
And there was nothing that like, or like, vegetarianism, a lot of stuff that I think Ray brought to the scene, but he wasn't the only one.
For sure. I mean, yeah, if you didn't know, growing up in New York, like skinhead Nazi shit did not fly in New York, man. That shit did not make it to CBGBs. A couple of times I've seen people try to pull up and didn't really work out too well, but it was mostly like Jersey and Pennsylvania stuff. But New York City was such a melting pot of all diverse, like Latino and Puerto Rican skins and black skins. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
It was amazing, dude.
Which I loved, you know what I mean? It was just cool that it had that variety and, and there was a lot of fucked up shit too.
It got a little scary for a while. I was at that last Killing Time show and the guy put the gun out. That was like a scary moment. I was hiding behind Anthony Cominale. Like, it got really scary, man. It got really crazy.
It was not fun anymore.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like, I don't know what year would that be? You think 91, 92 or?
Yeah, I think it was like, as it started to get to like 90, it started to like the shows at CB's got really violent. And
scary to even go to the show.
Yeah, it was no longer this sort of, but like scenes just kind of like ebb and flow. So I think the one that we caught on to, like when I first started going to shows in New York, it was like very like the first like,
probably scary though, no?
I mean, it was, yeah,
intimidating. Maybe
it was. I mean, there were still like the remnants of the original scene, which was like, this sort of like, yeah, dude, people that would just there was always fucking maniac bullies. It was a place.
Scary,
it was actually a place for a lot of people to just work out their trauma, their childhood trauma, unprocessed, and so that led to a lot of violence. And a lot of these guys aren't alive.
True.
Didn't got into all kinds of problems in their adult lives, but a lot of those people fucking got their shit together.
They did.
And are doing cool shit.
True.
And are, raising kids of their own in a different way.
Yes.
And I know that more powerfully than the other thing. And I think but that idea of like the hardcore scene being dangerous was
the world's dangerous.
It was part of it, dude. It was part of it. You wanted to survive it.
I know. There was something cool about the smell and like going to the CBs, just not knowing, like, don't bump into that person on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Just certain people, like, you had to.
Like, I'm surviving juvie. You know what I mean? It was just hard, but then, but I think that the scene that was when I first got into it. And also, you watch a lot of movies, like you watch like Suburbia or something like this. You have this idea about what being punk is.
Totally.
And then you're actually in it. So it takes a while to be like, okay, well now, and even in New York, it's like, I guess I'm not punk, I'm hardcore. And hardcore sadly doesn't mean that you get to have like a mohawk and plaid pants and all the fun shit. It's more like laid, like sneaker. Yeah, you're wearing like just like ripped jeans, kind of like more basic, kind of like working class sort
Until
of.
the youth crew uniform
and then
came.
the youth crew came. So that when that happened, it was super positive, and it was sort of like
so positive.
It was almost like you were at a really fucked up high school, and this really good teacher came in and started like inspiring the students. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like the test scores got better or something, and I think that was the scene we got into.
It was like the original kind of streetwear look, if you think about it.
Fuck
the
yeah.
Jordans, the varsity jackets, the beads.
Definitely.
We used to, like, I don't know why we cut the bottom of our shirts and roll them up.
I know that was a miss.
What was that from? That was like something
I don't know.
Did back then.
And wearing
pants.
Wearing two t-shirts, like one t-shirt cut and the other t-shirt's not, so you'd have like these little roll-ups with another t-shirt.
That was kind of sick though, if you think about it.
It is a cool fashion.
Nobody was doing shit like that back then.
No, and it was just like subtly strange.
Canvas belts.
Yeah, and the whole sneaker culture. I mean, all
canvas monkey boots.
All the kids that for doing all that weird stuff, are like, you know, that's like the kind of vanguard of like so much of like what people are into now.
Totally.
You know? So,
but it was like it was a look. It was like a
there's a fashion.
Uniform sort of.
Yeah.
Fashion, but not like fashion.
It wasn't fashion like punk was fashion.
Yeah.
You know, which is what I was like, I want to fucking be punk and get a mohawk and, you know, whatever.
But that's what everybody's doing. So it was almost more punk
to not do it.
A clean cut haircut and a varsity jacket.
Yeah, I discovered that.
And a swatch.
Yeah.
It was just the most randomest shit, but it worked.
And a sensible pair of sneakers.
Yes, dude. It was mostly the Vans back then.
They aren't
but
that
the Jordan
sensible.
1s were like so heavy. The Jordan 1s, the canvas ones, the vegan by default, those are like legendary. That Cap, all you guys rocked the Jordans.
And also it was definitely pairing with hip hop in New York too, which was like at that time New York was there. Okay, there was a time where New York was like basically what Jamaica is to reggae, like New York was to hip hop. It just basically
100%.
There was people from other parts of the country that would do it.
Yes,
but it was not
the birthplace.
It was just like didn't sound right. Sorry guys,
totally,
it just sounds off. Like Philadelphia seems like a cool place, but Jazzy Jeff's not doing it for me.
Oh man,
what was the 2 Live Crew? Funny, not happening. I guess the first thing when NWA came out, I thought it sounded kind of ridiculous, but just undeniably good.
Yeah, dude, it was over the
because it was over the top. I was like, this is.
But it was so punk. But now I know it's a punk. It's like so punk. Public Enemy too, though.
Yeah.
But we have BDP.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was comparing NWA to Public Enemy. Public Enemy to me is like college professor level.
I learned so much from them.
Yeah, dude,
Lyrics,
so much about the world
yeah.
And how to, and also like how to. I was gonna say how to rhyme, but how to write lyrics.
Yeah.
Eric B, like all that shit. Like there was so much. And that was just New York. All those dudes were in New York. So if you go out at night, you go to like Mars or like, Limelight,
Palladium.
and those people, would be out.
I know, bro.
And it would be so trippy.
We had the best of both worlds. You go to CB's matinee, and then I go to Limelight that night and see somebody like.
Yeah.
It was all kind of. It wasn't like they were coming to. It wasn't like Chuck D's coming to CB's. Maybe it was. No. I saw that picture when in Minor Threat shirt. I don't know what that legendary.
Yeah. It was more us going to them than them coming to us.
Seeing Eric B. and Rakim at the Ritz.
Yeah.
Gangstar, and then starting to see like Third Base at NYU.
Yeah.
And then we have Tribe and De La and the Native Tongues that comes out, and just like Queen Latifah, bro.
Yes, we were all going to high school. Like, I mean, that was all happening at the same time. So you couldn't. That was like everybody was into hip hop as much as they were into hardcore. So I think the fashion, like the sneaker culture,
100%
was powerfully influenced by that.
But it was so punk of the youth crew.
And BC Boys, dude. BC Boys is the ultimate representation of what that amalgam is.
Let's go. Vintage shop shirts, all that shit.
So it was like punk mixed with hip hop at its like.
We had the Beasties.
Like the fruition of it. Like, of course, there was like cool hip hop in the 70s and very early 80s. But I think it was like the mid 80s that was at first, I don't know, to me, like the sickest time. Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy, Eric B. and Rakim, like. Oh yeah. Audio 2, and there would be some new shit every other week. There'd be some new hyped up thing that would be like
Gangstar,
Ultramagnetic, like all this stuff will come out for like probably like 5 into the 90s.
Curtis Blow.
Like constantly, like some new cool shit coming out of New York.
These are the new school.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature, dude.
And then it kind of dipped into like the sort of like the Tribe stuff and
you love all
De
that
La
shit,
Soul.
right? Oh,
yeah, I mean we're following all of it, and so
it was so posy, bro.
Yeah, on the one hand you're following hip hop, and on the other hand you're like, yeah, this new breakdown tape is fucking insane.
But once again, these are all local acts. It's crazy.
And it was all in New York City.
I know, Queens, Brooklyn,
and
everywhere.
New York City was wild then too. Like it wasn't like 1970s, but on the Lower Side, dude, it was fucked up. It was like it wasn't hooked up. They were trying to hook it up.
Yeah,
but it was still wild. And
the Bowery was still wild.
Yeah,
dude.
just going down there as a teenager and just like having a whole time, and then going home and being like, no one killed me, nothing bad happened. I just fucking saw the most wild shit, and I didn't even drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't do any drugs. I didn't.
Out to like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
eating pizza on the corner.
Yeah.
It's so funny. My whole thought of today's conversation was like living in the now.
I know, dude, but here we are, just 2 old dudes talking about shit that happened when we were teenagers. Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
I want to get to
you guys will get there too, you young guys. One day you'll know what it's like.
But it's so fun to talk about because we still love it. We still like big kids. We love this shit still.
And I think it's relevant to what's going on. It's like, that's not everybody. Like right now, people are having their time. Like
totally.
You know what I mean?
They have their Madball. They have their Youth of Today, their GB now, which I love.
Yeah, I'm so happy to like, I'm not their age, so it's different for me, but I fucking love that I have a view on it and some sort of tangent. It fills me with like, it's inspiring and
gives me so much joy.
It gives me joy.
And knowing these kids and having the pod, becoming friends with these new young bands, and they love and respect the older guys and the history and the roots of this music.
Yeah,
it's
in this
beautiful.
world that's so fucked up and really sort of divided and so, I feel like there's so much injustice and all this shitty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The hardcore community, I think, is, with all warts and all, from the whole range of it, it's a cool little world to live in. So, it
could be a dysfunctional family as well.
Yeah, dude. That happens. It's real. We're all works in progress. You know what I mean? I just want to keep progressing, and I love to be alongside of this music form, which never got popular in the sense
and people think it's so big and it's so mainstream, but it's not.
It's still not.
You
really.
still tell like a normal civilian on the airplane, like somebody works on the plane, like, where are you going to Europe? What kind of music? I play hardcore. She's like, what's
they don't know what it is.
And they try to explain the sound to your band. I'm like, it's not as hard as Metallica. It's not as poppy as Green Day. It's somewhere, but you have to explain it like that. It's so crazy.
Yeah, like it's not like metal. It's not like pop punk or ska even. Like people know what that is.
I mean, Turnstile is big.
Yeah, but they're like almost like people. It's like Turnstile is hardcore. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the hardcore part's the small part.
True.
It's like Turnstile's the big part.
Yeah, but,
I think.
Yeah, because of them, the umbrella of them is like the Scows and the Speeds and all these bands that they're taking on tour, just like we did with each other's bands back in the day. And it's this whole community, man. Angel Dust, like all these bands.
We're fucking stoked, man.
Pain of Truth, Mind Force, like there's so many great bands.
Yeah.
I mean, love
Mind Force, they're great.
Love Mind Force, love Jay. But I recently watched the VHS of, not the VHS on YouTube, just the 91 GB performance. I have sick stage dive during your set in there.
Oh, cool.
But just like the way you guys looked,
the
Creepers, the energy,
we looked a little
the vibe,
crazy. I
the
think
song Distance, it never came out.
Yeah,
right?
No, we didn't. We were gonna play it, but we just can't. It was different versions of it, and the one that we played there had this like reggae kind of breakdown.
Really?
Yeah, and we just, I don't know. We haven't been able to really get a handle on that yet.
That'd be kind of sick. That's the original.
No, but there was different versions. The original version had like because that was originally a Moondog song, which was this like sort of demo that I did with Luke, and it had like more of a Metallica kind of like outro, like kind of like something off Ride the Lightning or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. And but then when I wanted to use it for GB on that tour, it was just like the era of like Fugazi and just like reggae inspired. Like you hear like Underdog were doing these reggae. It was just sort of a thing that was happening at that time.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Underdog killed it with that though.
Yeah, they were kind of managed to do it, I think, the best.
And they still do it now, and it sounds good.
Yeah,
though.
I love that stuff. But it's like that was sort of like people were dabbling in reggae and rap.
Mm-hmm. But you can see like the way you guys are dressed, all that like that. This could be.
We were college guys.
You can see that the next knowing it now is like, okay, Quicksand's next, Sib's coming.
Yeah.
The whole, you can see it.
It was switching around. Yeah.
And hardcore was at a weird time. There was 91. It wasn't crazy. That was even a violent show. That show.
It was very violent. Yeah, like I think that was just like it was popular. People knew about it in New York, at least enough to fill that place, which is a pretty big place.
Totally.
And the New York scene had become such a thing that it was at its total popularity, but not creatively. I don't think it was like at its finest at that moment. Although there was good stuff, but or just like my kind of like interest in it had waned because it was just like it was more about like just like kind of creating an atmosphere for beating each other up.
Yeah, for sure. And so was that the first and only last time you guys played that song live?
Yeah, the only time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro. And it's on that VHS. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Introducing a new song. You're never going to hear it again.
Yeah. I don't know. At that point, we were probably still entertaining the idea of making another record.
Really?
But I think I was already just, GB is, the 2 GB records are, and I would say this, especially then, maybe less so now. There was very, very few examples to point to of hardcore bands that would do an album and then an album and then an album. Generally, it's an EP, and if you're lucky, you do an album
Or demo 7-inch.
yeah, and then by the time you do that album, someone's going to college, or
True.
or it's like they've gotten, or like a lot of bands I think like who were successful. There's like, okay, dude, we filled CBs. Where do we go from here? We got to go metal.
That was like the goal.
Yeah, well, that's a goal. But then when you reach it, you're like, okay, how do we get bigger than this?
Yeah.
And then just like the only way you can get bigger is do metal. So then you're doing metal. Then you're not doing hardcore anymore. You're crossing over. So you're kind of ending in this. And metal kids will be like, some will be open minded, and other metal kids are like, dude, I don't need this. I've got Slayer.
Absolutely, man.
You know, you're dipping into some other. So like I think with GB, I think those two records are just like, I was 150% into the hardcore.
Yeah.
My idea of what it was. And then by that time in 91, my head was like in other shit, which ended up being Quicksand.
Yeah, man. Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Were you nervous to do a new band with Quicksand? Were you nervous about?
No,
We're
because
probably excited.
I wasn't nervous because no one cared. So it's like there was no pressure. It's like if it was if it was good, then that would be cool. If it was bad, then probably like what would happen? No one would care. So I felt like sort of not worried about it, which I think probably helped in making it good, because once people expect you to do something good, then you better fucking do something good.
Yeah. It was cool to see what Ian did like after that with Embrace, and then
Yeah, I mean Ian was always an inspiration.
Totally, dude.
Because he was pretty bold in like doing what he felt musically, lyrically, without he was a leader.
And what he was feeling at that time, at that time in his life, what he was going through, like the Embrace record is one of my favorite records of all time.
It's so good.
Like I still can listen to that and get emotional, listen to it, and just it's a perfect album. Man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But also the Minor Threat, of course, but it's just a different mental and different.
He evolved as a musician, and it reflected how he's evolved as a person. Although I think, I think he's a very principled guy, so I think he holds on to which I do as well. You know what I mean? Like I'm not living necessarily with the kind of like narrow parameters that I would have at that age in my life.
For sure.
But I do have certain, guidelines to be a cool person. Don't be a dick. Treat others well, treat yourself well.
Yes.
And, take care of your, your health, etc. Shit that I learned principles that I learned at that time in my life from people like Ian MacKaye, but also like on a creative musical level, like there were people to look to that were doing different things within our movement and showing how you could progress.
Absolutely.
And I was inspired by that.
I got inspired by the 7 Seconds Later records.
7 Seconds
They were more melodic.
Yeah.
And people were hating on New Wind, and those are my favorite
New Wind's
records,
dope,
bro.
dude. That's like, I think that like New Wind is like the one that came out when I was like 100% geared up for 7 Seconds. You know what I mean? Like I knew their records, but that was the one. Like I didn't see them until New Wind, and I remember they did 2 nights at CB's. I don't know if you lived there.
I went to that. He had long hair. Remember that? Yeah. I got photos from that.
That was like the perfect like still owning like the walk together, rock together. The old 7 Seconds, but like perfectly walking towards something new. And
they were listening to U2 at the time.
Yeah, more melodic, but like but fucking great. And
it was so good. Kevin always says that the New York shows were the best shows of that tour because people were really shocked by that record. And when he got to the East Coast, he felt all the love for the album.
Oh, yeah. I was all about it. And
I love that. Did you like U2 back then?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved them. And I think that they were probably... U2 were sort of like, I guess, really breaking through at that time. But U2 was like basically grabbing all the post-punk stuff and kind of turning that into something. And they had the kind of component of like talking on stage, like saying, hey, we've got to stop, the injustice and stuff like that, which I think really shoehorned
punk as fuck,
right into what we were doing. And, U2 have had a long career, and I some parts of it I really, really love, and I think it's classic. Other parts didn't speak to me as hard. But
yeah, fast forward, you're hanging out the Edge. You're going to see him in
Oh,
Japan.
dude,
with Atiba, like seeing photos with you in the Edge. I was
He's
like,
the best.
what the fuck, dude?
yeah, oh my God, we were like
That's very
jamming.
surreal.
Yeah, it was very surreal.
You were jamming?
We were jamming. We were hanging out, and Tiba's like DJing, playing Quicksand. I'm talking to like the Edge about Quicksand, and it's just sort of like a fever dream. It was great.
Did he heard of you guys before that?
He had not, but he was like,
love that.
he was saying really nice things. He was just really cool and very quick to. I don't know if you do this too, or if you. It's like sometimes meeting someone that you know their music and you're really thinking they're really cool. It's like hard to like, you kind of get in this like Chris Farley kind of like vibe about it. So I really appreciate when somebody that is in that position like makes it cool.
Oh, for sure. You mean
you.
keeps you calm and shit.
Yeah, keeps you calm, just makes it real. And I think
dude.
Edge was like that for sure. He immediately made it
he
like
knows you're fucking stoked.
he's just like, yeah, he knows you're stoked, so he immediately just energetically like goes like, dude, we're just hanging out.
I'm just a person.
Yeah, I'm just a person. We're hanging out, so you don't need to be too reverent or worried. You can, so that he knows how to do that. And
Do you ever get starstruck around people? Was that a moment hanging out with him like, this is a fucking Edge?
I mean, now I'm old enough that I can pretty much keep cool, and if I feel I can't keep cool, then I would not necessarily seek out meeting somebody.
Same.
Because like, I don't need to know them. I don't want to make a dick out of myself. And like, they're probably like getting lots of people talking to them and they don't need just another. So like, I'm never like too cool to meet anybody, but like sometimes it's just like, no, I don't know.
But seeing you with the Edge, I was like, yo, that's bananas, bro.
There was no fucking way I was passing up hanging with Edge. No chance. Cause his guitar playing definitely it's Angus Young, the Edge, and Jimmy Page for me.
That's incredible.
Edge brings that like rhythmic
and emotion, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember when my wife, she met Robert Smith. She's like, I don't speak English. And she shook his hand. She didn't want to talk to him. She just shook his hand. Got a photo, And I had a moment where I was with a friend of mine backstage. It was me, him, Beyonce, and Jay-Z in this one room, and he was just hanging out. And I was just it's my favorite MC, and I was just trying to be so chill. And Jay-Z came out there, he grabbed my shoulder, and said, "Hey man, you good?" I go, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling." He goes, "You want a water?" And he got me a Fuji water. I'll never forget this moment. He got me a water, and I drank it. Then after that, I was like, took my jacket off, I sat on the couch. I was just chilling, talking to him. I was so not myself. I know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But then he opened. He's like, "Yo, chill out. Take this water."
Yeah.
He knew it. He fucking read my.
I think when people,
it's fucking Jay-Z though, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for someone like when you're that famous and you're in a situation or like
they know how to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Because even like some people to me are like, I geek out on them and like people don't even know who they are. Obviously, like that's, you know what I mean? So it's like, but that doesn't change how I feel about them or how I see them. So people who can, very rarely will some people like lord that over you and like those people get reps for being dicks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
that's a good point.
Most of the time, like people will sense it. And I remember the first people I met that I was like, I met Greg Norton from Husker Du. I was like, I went to see them at Irving Plaza, like 15 years old, and I met the bass player from Husker Du, and he's like talking to me, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm talking to the guy from the band, and he was very sweet. But the guy who really, when I met Craig, because Craig was playing with Youth Today at that time, and he was just so nice and so
Craig ahead,
all
dude. All right, let's go.
And he taught me like how he was to me is always how I am to anybody that I meet. That's like that I get a sense that is like thinking that I would be someone that they would feel awkward around.
Yeah, actually listen to him, have a conversation. Yeah.
But it's hey, what's up, Giovanni? How are you, brother? How cool. I love how you popped out of that just out of nowhere. That's great.
So Craig Head was one. Yeah, he kind of learned how to.
Yeah, and actually somehow when I saw him recently, I think I brought that up in like a moment of like, I love you, man. And I was like, Craig, man, when I met you, I still, revere him so highly. He's never going to be out of my, top level guys. And, but he's my homie. So it's like different, but, I was like, how you were to me was so cool. And he goes, I got that from Stigma.
Whoa. I mean, Stigma's like a people of the town. He's like the mayor,
Yeah.
bro. He's amazing,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Stigma. 70 years old, looking younger than anybody, like
Yeah.
Benjamin Button type shit. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
sweetheart.
He's
dude.
our guy, dude. We're proud of him.
He's like our Elvis. I don't. He's something. He's like up. For
Did you
us,
say
know?
Elvis?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Of our generation, he's our Mick Jagger. He's something who's still playing that age.
He's iconic. He's like
not Elvis,
he's the heart of it. You know what I mean? And it's a good heart.
It's a great heart, dude.
You know, that's what I think I love about Vinny the most is just like how much heart the guy has. Like he is just like he just emits, like he just kind of radiates like
love and energy,
positivity, love,
yeah, dude.
and at the same time, he has this, you know.
No pun intended. Stigma about him. No.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, but he's coming from this hard world.
Still is a monster where he grew up in the same building, bro.
Yeah,
dude.
So we love him. We love
him. He's a superhero. He's like he could be an actor. He's like, to me, he's like, yeah, he's our top tier guy.
He is our top tier guy. I would if you know if we're sending a representative to like the UN of hardcore, like he's first ballot our guy.
And what is him and Roger together, dude? It's just, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, they're showing you how to like, you know, remain. They're Mick and Keith.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
We're up there. And then like right now, you're playing with 7 Seconds and Circle Jerks. Those guys are older too, and they're still killing it.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Love 7
I love
Seconds.
watching them, and they're still inspiring me, and just like through not only through their music, which is so timeless and great, but just how they are as human beings.
I mean, Kevin Seconds, man, top tier guy for me as far as influences and kind of father figures I didn't have, like living through his lyrics as a young child, and always loved Melody. You love Melody too, and just like, and then all the changes they went through, the different records and stuff. I backed all of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a sincere cat, like a real artist, like true musician, you know?
Absolutely.
Songwriter, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, and just supporter. Just positive. He's a goddamn positive force. What are you gonna say about it?
Are you do you play like? Are you like a tennis or golf guy or pickleball guy?
No, I run
skier,
and I do yoga. I do ski.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out things you might be doing that's like we wouldn't know you do.
Yeah, I ski, but I probably shouldn't because I started very late and I'm prone to like probably having an accident. But
have you broken bones before?
Skateboarding.
Okay.
But not skiing. But I've had some close calls like, I could have died.
Did you have a short stint with skateboarding, or was it a big part of you?
It was probably like a few years and was never really excelled. And then I broke my ankle and I was like, this is God telling me to fucking bench yourself. Focus on other things. I went to college in my first semester in college, like on crutches. It sucked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
so that was that for skateboarding for you?
Pretty much. I mean, I returned to it again, I think in my early 30s for some weird reason. Oh no, but it was, and I had a longboard at one point,
awesome.
But yeah.
I remember you guys having boards at CB's though too.
Yeah. I mean, that was skateboarding and hardcore were hand in hand.
Did you ever learn to ollie or anything like that? Have some tricks?
I could ollie. I could do like, boneless.
Sick.
But I couldn't do a ramp. I could do ramp moves like on street. Like I couldn't do, but I was not good and was not pretty and just basically awkward and not impressing anyone.
I can see you as a golfer. I don't know why. I can see like this.
I like that for me, but
you never really tried it.
I have tried it and I did like it, but it's not something I think
it's a long day, bro.
It's a long day. You got to have a lot of time, and I would have to know somebody at the golf course to hook me up because I'm not about to I think it's probably a pretty pricey sport.
Yeah.
No, I enjoy my exercise. I love going for a run.
Yeah.
And that gives me, it's very like, your feet are beating on the pavement.
Yeah.
I'm like seeing the world around me, but they can't see me. I'm sort of like invisible running through at a different sort of time signature. And I'm observing wherever I am. My lungs are working. My whole, I fucking love that. And then I get home feeling great. And I do yoga to just like make sure I know like where, when you're basically running through how your body's working. So it's like, I love that for like maintenance and also just it's meditative. And they're both very meditative and, I find music meditative too. Like playing a live show is like you're just very much
For sure, man.
You're just very much like you disconnect from your body.
You're in your zone. When I see you play with GB, you're smiling like you're like in your little zone over there. For sure.
Yeah. I enjoy it, so it's fun, and I just kind of get into it.
Do you run with listen to music?
I do, yeah. So when I don't listen to music, for whatever reason, I can't find my headphones or whatever, I find it like God damn it, this sucks. But then I get into it, and then I feel like, yeah,
Is it hard for you to get running at first?
Always the first
mile?
Yeah, you kind of get into a rhythm after
man.
15 minutes. The first step is just getting the clothes on, and then you're like, okay, I got these clothes on. I guess I got to do this.
Yeah.
And
you make yourself do it,
You
man.
make yourself do it. And then within, 10, 15 minutes, you're like, I kind of forget I forget I'm no longer mentally resisting it.
Yeah.
And that's really cool, because it's like these things that for me, and I think this is like not any revelation, but it's like I don't necessarily, although this isn't always true, I do want to run. Like, I'm fucking stoked to do it, to like rip it around, see what's going on for all the reasons that I said. But, it does, you have to make the time for it,
True.
All that kind of stuff. And there's resistance. So like, if you can like push through that resistance, I literally tell myself, I'm just throwing your ass out there in shorts.
Yeah.
And you could freeze or you could run. And, like a parent, like that was trying to get you out of the house because you're just playing video games.
Totally.
Listen, you little bastard, get the fuck out of the house. So I'll do that to myself. And then, you break through it, and then you get home and you're taking a shower, you're feeling good.
We're great.
And you're just like, what else could I do, man? What else is in my life right now that I'm like, I need to throw my ass out and do, because I just did this one. I didn't want to do it, but now I'm feeling good. So I feel it's a good, just kind of mindset
for the day, whatever. You run the mornings usually? I'm
more of an evening runner.
Really? You run in the dark?
Nah, generally not in the dark. Yeah. I like to run when the sun's going down. I have had periods where I run in the morning, and I acknowledge that that's a better time to do it, but I'm just
wake up and go.
This is my journey, man.
So you run an empty stomach? Probably not, right? No.
I mean, I'm not going to, if I eat like a lunch or something, then by the time that's all digested, I'll go out before dinner.
You ever any like code reds where you have to go to the bathroom and you're out there running and you're far away from places?
Oh, man.
It's the worst, dude.
Not that I want to share in any detail. But yeah, on long runs, yeah.
Gotta go in the woods or somewhere. It's brutal, dude.
Yeah. On long runs, and especially if you're like doing a race and you're like, God damn it, I have to piss so bad, this sucks. And luckily I've not had to not
piss
that I can remember,
nothing,
but I couldn't piss my pants. It's just I need more I need more concentration. But
so you ran marathons before?
Uh-huh.
How many marathons?
I've run 2
full marathons.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I've run a bunch of half marathons.
Sure.
But
what was your time in the marathon? Did you try to the first one try to get the next one faster? Did you like compete against yourself at all?
I did. The first one I was closer to 5 hours, and the second one was a little over 4. I don't remember the exact time. And so I kind of am due for another one, but it's
the training for that's gnarly.
It's a lot of training, so you need the time, and it's just a lot of training, and it can get gnarly where you're just like, fuck, I gotta run right now, or like, shit, I gotta run 17 miles right now.
Damn, dude.
Because on the way to like training, like the last weeks of it, you're really stacking those miles, but it's fucking awesome.
And you by yourself running 17 miles?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, on the way to run, and then like usually like the week or two before, you're gonna run like 22 miles or 20, in the low 20s. To just kind of get your body used to the idea that this is how far you run. But after you run the marathons that I run, you feel you're in sick shape, man.
I'm sure.
I'm walking around just feeling like good
after that.
Yeah. And like, there was
how's your body feel?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could, I'm lucky, like my bone structures, people have issues with their knees and stuff. Yeah. But so far, I'm still it's all pretty much working, and so that's why I kind of want to get at it before something falls off,
Do you run the marathons by yourself too?
I ran the first one with my brother.
Oh, awesome. Dylan,
Actually, I ran
sick.
both of them with my brother.
Oh, that's sick. I mean,
Yeah.
he runs too. That's amazing,
Yeah.
dude.
But he was both of them.
He runs a lot too?
He's starting to get back into it, but he broke his ankle as a kid, and I think it just like his gait is a little bit off.
Okay.
So I run a bit faster, and so I hung with him, and then kind of run my own race.
Is he still tattooing?
Yes, but he's been phasing it out for a while.
Okay.
He just works on the guys and the girls that he has worked on, that he has a long-term
that's
relationship with.
Yeah, shout out to your brother, man. I think was he doing artwork back then for you guys too? Or?
Yeah, my brother is an art school
Yeah.
major. He's awesome, and he did tattooing for many years, but now he works for the courts, the city courts, and
Okay.
he's like he's big up in the courts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's
so make you take your parking tickets and stuff. For you,
oh
maybe.
yeah, maybe. I actually haven't put that to him, but I don't know. I don't want to get
Put
him.
it out in the atmosphere.
He
right
spent
now.
a lot of time in kind of like the anti-corruption part of it. So I'm not.
Shoot.
My brother's a very straight shooter.
Okay.
If I was in a serious pinch, he might bend a rule, but I'd be actually surprised. I wouldn't ask him to do it. But I did.
my God,
I had.
dude.
But I have other family in the courts, and one time, I got out of a ticket like that.
Really?
I just made a call, and they were just like,
Yeah, your brother's too straight laced to get the tickets. That's good.
That's
I
why my
respect
brother.
That. I
That's
respect
me.
That.
That my brother's a principled guy, and I love him
respect
for
that.
it. Yeah.
He's an honest man. Honest
Yeah, a
human.
very, very honest guy.
And he's got kids too, right? Yeah.
He's got 3 kids. They're super cool. And my nephew, his oldest, Dylan, is a sick musician. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a great songwriter, and
that's cool.
I'm really excited watching him develop.
And then let's talk about you being a dad, man. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously your daughter's in college now.
Mhm.
Does she like Gorilla Biscuits? Does she like the music you play?
She does. Gorilla Biscuits.
It's in her blood.
Gorilla Biscuits is the first one. She doesn't follow hardcore, but she
Yeah.
loves Gorilla Biscuits because it's fun.
It's fine.
You know, it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
and she connects to that. And
Was that the first band she saw you playing, or was it Quicksand?
Uh,
Like your first time seeing her dad be up
I
on
think
stage?
it might have been Gorilla Biscuits. I have to ask her. But she's a big fan of. She loves rival schools too, but her
Awesome.
favorite is Walking Concert, which is a record which people don't know.
I do know Walking Concert.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
She actually
The
just sent
deep
me.
cuts.
She just sent me a text recently, out of the blue. It's like, Daddy, you got to get Walking Concert on Spotify. It's just too good.
Oh man, that's so
And
sweet.
it's like, I
dude.
will, sweetheart. I love you.
Dude, did she turn you on to new music too and stuff?
Yes, she has.
Like you go to some concerts where like stuff you never heard of.
It's more like she'll be playing something in her room, and I'll be like, "This song's pretty cool. Like, who is this?" And it'll be like, Cigarettes After Sex or something.
Oh yeah.
She has really cool. She's not into music the way that I or we were.
Yeah.
She didn't get into like a scene per se, but her taste is really good. She's I would only credit myself with getting her into David Bowie, but that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's big.
But she's got she just likes cool music, indie stuff, and so I'm always, when I'm listening to what she likes, I'm like, I like this, cool.
She came on tour with you when she was younger.
She did. I remember she came on a European tour as a little kid with GB,
Oh, that's
and
awesome, man.
and it was just so cool. And I think it's like a childhood memory, so it seems like she just remembers little bits and parts of it. But she'll come out. Not always, but she likes
Yeah.
she likes GB a lot.
Did you ever go to school functions and stuff like that? And
Yeah,
have to be
very hands on.
Same, me too. It's like weird going there with tattoos, especially going to my son's school and the musician dad and what do you do? Is it a real job? I don't know. It's just interesting.
Oh
how,
my God!
They meet the normal civilian kind of parents.
Yeah.
Even when Max was on soccer, it was so weird. The parents were so intense, dude.
I did not like it.
Yeah, me either.
There was some
Did
people.
she play soccer too?
She didn't play soccer,
Okay.
but it's just every time you got to go to pick up your kid from school, you got to
Talk to somebody.
you got to make some fucking small talk with people. It's like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me, but we have to talk. And this is a fucking nightmare.
It's so true.
And it's just like,
I feel so weird talking to people, man.
especially if they're talking about stuff related to some sort of political, interesting
Yes.
thing that's in the school. Like, oh my God, we really need to get this thing. I was just like, oh man, I can only pretend to care. This sucks. I hate this for me. I hate this for you.
It's so true.
But this is part of being a parent.
It's part of being an adult, man.
You just got to suck it up and just being like, oh yeah, I'm in. Oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, I'm in a band. It's really cool. It's called Gorilla Biscuits. Yeah, no, I am a grown man. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, dude.
Is it like some ska party band? No, do you ever hear mine? No. Yes, it is actually. Jesus Christ, get me out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
But there were people that were cool, and I did get respect from some people. You know what I mean? Like there were people that knew, and I would get a little bit of extra respect for that. So you know, I could flex that.
There was like these founding parents at Max's school, Larchmont Charter, and they were like, everybody was so serious. I mean, I was like, they called me Tattoo Man. I would serve food to the kids. They had an organic garden, all this cool shit. It was awesome. But then one of the dads was always trying to talk to me and stuff. It's like, yeah, like he was always telling me like he used to be like going to shows, and one day he pulled me to the side. He pulled up his shirt and he showed me he had a Rage Against the Machine tattoo on his shoulder. And it was this moment.
Hey, you're this close. You're on the right track.
But it was like this bro down moment, whatever, you know.
Yeah. No, I was relieved for the few people there. Of course, like it's like any, but it's like, you know, when you go to this, a lot of what I hated about school anyway. It's like,
know.
You know, like I
hated school. Bro.
Yeah. Like, and so here I am back, but it's like,
it's weird being at
and
school,
Williamsburg
dude.
at that time too was like getting to be like just gentrify is not the word, but just like, you know, there's like people with money and like into these totally different ways of value systems of looking at the world. And it's just like, I guess in some ways I feel like, you know, that sort of like, for lack of a better word, like normal way of living to me felt like, one, you look at it, it's like fucking dorks. And then the other side of it is like feeling a little bit bad and like, shit, you know, what if I, you know, like these are not things, like these are the status things of this neighborhood.
I'm not saying I feel like a loser, but it just felt like I'm in this weird
society. Exactly. Like I'm a weird, like they must be like, this dude is just, what the hell's going on with you know, this guy.
We had to raise money they asked donations. So I went and booked a show in New York at the Knitting Factory. Us and Hayes, it was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
I came back, I gave him a check. It was like for $5,000 or something. I gave him a check to like, how did you do this? When did you do this? How come we didn't know how to do this? Teach us how to do this. I was like, I'm in a band. This is what I do. Here's the money. I gave it to the school, and that was how I gave money that year. And they were blown away by that because I'm probably like the total weirdo. They talk about this moon had pink hair, drinking her big gulps.
Yeah.
And we got Matt, you know what I'm saying, with a mohawk at school. I'm like, here you go, motherfucker. I felt so good doing that, though.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
But after that, they were like, oh, shit, like that's like not by the book type shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's just weird being like what we do, having children, raising our children, bringing them to these worlds of like these crazy shows, and then and then going to the schools and trying to be fucking normal, dude.
Yeah. That was a challenge, but it, you know, it's like anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. You get through it, and you get to the next place, and then it's fucking over. You know what I mean? I don't have to meet any parents.
Dude.
I don't have to meet any fucking parents anymore. That's you know, and not to say they were all dicks. Like I have some like, you know, parents that I met through her school experience that that I'm friends with.
That's
and,
cool.
And they're legit and fucking cool people.
Yeah.
So but I don't have. I found that awkward part of being a parent, like especially when the kids are playing. Oh my God, my daughter used to like. We would walk to school, and I would be like definitely not wanting to you know, catch up with somebody, you know, on the walk to school, because then I'm talking to the parent the whole fucking walk to the school. It's the last thing I want. So. You know, she would see like some kid like a half block up, and just to fuck with me, she would like run up to get that kid and just like burn me. It's like, you're going to have to talk to the parent now.
Oh my God.
And
dude.
it's like the parent, it's not like I'm so cool. It's just like,
I don't feel cool in those moments. I'm like, what have I done with my life at Play Punk Rock?
Do you know how much fucking small talk I'm doing in this job of mine? Tons. I don't want any of this with people that at least I could talk to the people in the music world about music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that teacher's. I hope they. And
I have no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not following it.
But then I feel like I'm a bad parent because I'm not that involved with what's going on in my son's life. But Max don't care.
It's a lot of shame I had to process through that. I just, so anyway, that was a funny part of being a parent. But
it is, man.
But it's you know, she's wonderful, and it's just like being a parent and watching your kid do their thing, and is just like there's really nothing that I've done in my life that is as rewarding as that.
Me too. It's like everything I've ever done with ever made with my life. Making my son is the most proudest thing I've ever created.
Yeah.
I'd like to just have one too. It's so easy to. We travel with him when he was younger and all that stuff. And just like
it's easier.
Did you ever think about having two or no?
I did, and now I do have a little, not serious, and it's not something I'm looking to do, but it is, just be fun to have another one because now she's gone. So now I miss having a little kid to hang out with, and and it was such a good experience. But whatever, it's fine. I'm glad. It just is where it is, and I have my niece and my nephews, and
you have the empty nest syndrome going on a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not like, it's not hurting me emotionally too much, although I do miss her, but it's like so much overshadowed by like the fact that I'm just so proud of her to be independent, doing her life, and like her having like ideas about where she wants to go, what she wants to do, and that she's like effectively going for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so for me, I was very lucky to stumble to, I mean, the fact that I learned how to play guitar is insane. Like, I don't know how I figured that out. That's crazy. And
without YouTube.
Without YouTube. And then that it's taken me on this journey, and then I discovered all these things. There's a lot of cool things falling into place, but like, she's more, compared to what I was, just so much more emotionally together, so much more.
Girls are way more mature than men.
Yeah, so there's that, but I think she's just she's just, I feel like an improvement on the parts of me that I felt like if I at that age had been a little bit more even emotionally mature, like I could have.
Think about what we were doing at her age. We were living in GB house in Queens.
Having a great time.
I know.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
It's crazy. We were on our own then too, so it just seems so young. Yeah, not so young, but like thinking back then, the 80s, we lived together. Like I was 18, you were 19, whatever. Yeah, like that was. We were so young, dude.
Yeah,
we were her age.
we were doing cool shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. We make them, we raise them, but we don't own them.
That's absolutely it.
So wild, dude.
And so, but like every one of her sort of successes or even her challenges, make enrich my life. You know what I mean? To see her do all that stuff. So yeah,
proud dad, man.
It's great. It's great, and and it can be very tough and very challenging, and I'm sure some kids are just dicks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah,
and will fucking ruin your life, this little brat.
I know, man.
You know what I mean?
So lucky, man.
But for me, it's like really, it's just nothing. It makes everything else really just gravy.
Because she knows she got her head on straight. She's safe. She's doing what she wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have an open communication. Relationship.
Yeah. And and I don't need to know everything about what she's doing, and she shares with me, and like she's gonna come out on tour. I'm gonna be on tour in Europe pretty soon, coming up in like a couple weeks. She's gonna come out and meet me on the road, and she's just like so hyped about it, and I'm like, this fucking rules. She's psyched to hang out with me.
That's
and
cool,
do this little thing that like could also seem like not cool to her. I don't know.
She's proud of her dad, though. You're living your dream.
I
like
feel
you've been
that.
doing this.
I feel that.
So you guys in a bus out there, Quicksand?
We are not. We're going to be in a van.
So she'll be jumping the van.
She's going to jump in the van. She's going to do it real style, and I'm really excited for her to like hang out with the guys and kind of like know them, because
she knows them though, right? But
she does, but more of like a kid, and you know what I mean. And being like in the van, it's like we're gonna have conversations,
adult shit.
Yes, and she's up for it. So when she was a little kid, you're kind of like, okay, sweetie,
I know,
and you're kind of like they're put in a little bit of a separate place, and so now she can flap her own wings. It's great.
Are you still producing bands now?
I do from time to time, but I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had too much.
What's the last thing you produced?
Oh gosh,
I just had fuck man, Ned from Title Fight on here. It was awesome. We talking all about you.
Oh, Ned's the best.
Yeah, he's the best. Dude.
Ned's the best.
Was that the first album you produced?
No, I mean I had done the Civ album. I mean I was also writing it.
Oh yeah.
But I did First Step. I did Golgord Bordello recently.
Recently?
Yeah, they're not this last one, but
Okay,
the one
okay.
before. I do it every once in a while, like and it's great because you always kind of like get integrated into the band. I did some demos with Saves the Day recently.
Oh, you did? Oh, wait, you did, because I was texting with somebody who was there taking photos. Michael, the photographer guy, was there, and the studio guy.
Yes.
I started texting with Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah, they haven't done anything in a while, so I was really happy to I was writing with them, and
That's cool.
So I love being integrated into the band because you're giving like your sort of perception or your like trick. You're it's taste, really. You're just sharing your taste, but the band is you're always learning from the band too. So
sure.
I always come away with a couple of new tricks.
I love Saves the Day, man. I love Chris, amazing singer.
Yeah.
They're having this crazy moment now. I'm watching videos of all their shows, killing it. Dude.
Yeah, and the new stuff is really great. And
so it's been years for them, right?
It's been a long time, so I'm happy for them to be back at it.
I never to get Walt in the studio with H2O, man. Fuck,
yeah, dude, let's go.
That'd be so crazy.
Yeah,
and you have your own studio, right? Where you do it at? Or
I
no?
do. Yeah, I have a really nice studio in upstate New York. I built it into my barn, and it rips. I mean, I wasn't really like producing. I was more just like, I gave some feedback, but like 95 Bulls, a really cool band from Ridgewood in Queens, and it's just awesome to you get a connection to like why the band works, why the people do what they do, and like every band has something like that, even if they're not optimized, you know what I mean? There's some reason like this one guy's a genius, or these two people are very complementary to each other, or let's say this isn't working because there's a block in this kind of part of it, and you're observing that, and you're like, if you recognize it, then you're going to try to like, in a cool way, try to like sort of point a direction to them where they could take. And I do love that. And at the same time, you're always just getting shit from them too, because every band has got like some sort of reason that they got together and they're doing what they're doing.
Who produced the Quicksand?
John Markson, who is wonderful. He did the Drug Church records, which I really like. And he's got a real aesthetic. And he I think he did the Drain record as well. Did? And the recent one.
Is he in Jersey or something? No,
he does record in Jersey, yeah.
Okay.
And
like a farm?
On a farm, yeah.
Yes, he did the Drain. Yeah.
And super fun guy, very, very has a lot of enthusiasm and just very open and very forward moving, and sweet guy, great sense of humor, and I think it's about creating atmosphere, and it's about, workflow, taste.
Yeah,
is so important.
Is it hard for you, like, kind of let go and let somebody else produce you because you're our producer and?
Maybe at one time. I mean, now I don't feel like I need to like let go. It's just a conversation. You have to trust. You have to let the people, like, over time, when I was younger, I would be more like aggressive and be like, it has to be this way or it's ruined. And I will fucking do anything to make it be exactly this way. Whereas now I like tend to be more trusting and allow people to cook, because if that's how I'm fucking better if someone's like kind of backseat driving me, I start to think of like, how can I get this fucking gnat off my, totally. You know what I mean? So then that disrupts my, your flow. But if you trust the people you're around and you're in a supportive place, like if I have like a difference of opinion, it's just conversation. I mean, ultimately it's the artist that has to like live with the thing. And I think when you're as a producer or working with the producer, I have had experiences where it's just like an ego clash, and I think from my end, I'm better at recognizing them,
awesome.
coming from me or coming from someone else. And like, usually, when you put egos in there too much, like it's like natural. People have egos, so you can't get rid of that. But generally you should be around people that you trust and that you can have a conversation with.
Inspire
and it's
you
like,
to.
I don't always have to like, it's not about winning and losing for me. It's like, what is the best way forward? Like, I don't give a shit whose idea it is, where it came from, what it is. It's just like, when you're hearing something back, like, how do you collectively feel about it? Like, does it make you feel like this is dope, or does it make you feel this is a little bit strange?
Yeah. How long have you sitting those songs? You sitting those songs for a while? They're pretty recent songs.
With the new album,
Like you start writing after the last record.
What we'll do is just stack riffs. You know what I mean? So if you're in a sound check or something, you're on stage, you're kind of feeling cool, so you might like, and all the equipment's set up. So you play a riff or something like that, I just record it. Or if I get on stage, if Alan's playing a beat that I think is cool, I'll start recording it. And then we'll kind of like, when we're like, okay, we're gonna make an album, I'll just go through my voice memos and just be like, what do I think are the cool ones? And those guys will do that. So then we'll have like, say, 20 something sort of things, and we'll listen to them, and then we'll just score them. Like what's the ones that we think are the best?
Yeah.
You know, what gets us the most psyched, even if it's just a riff or a part.
That's amazing.
And then, so then let's focus on those. Let's work on those, see where we can take them. And then you kind of like, it's a process of weeding them out. And a lot of things just come back in different forms, you know, like you might have like some riff there's a riff that I came up with, you know, maybe 10 years ago or something like that. And it still just keeps gnawing at me. And then you keep throwing it out there, and it just never really happens.
Yeah.
But then there'll be a riff that will happen that is sort of a derivative of that. And that somehow makes it, it's like, I like that. It's a cool process.
Yeah, Rusty has riffs from like 2001. He's always throwing riffs into the pot. Sometimes when I make on each album, he'll probably bring one back for the new record. But he always has these riffs. It's lingering for years, dude.
Yeah, because it's just like a way of, I don't know. It's just like they're like little pathways in your brain that just somehow makes sense to me.
If we gotta use it for something, it could be a song, right?
Yeah, it just keeps coming back, and if it keeps coming back, chances are it's catchy.
Yeah, you do all the melodies too for the. You melody guy with like the singing?
Yeah. I mean, for Quicksand, it's like
stuff.
It's just trying to, you know, in all my songwriting, a lot of it will come because riffs come easy to me, chord progressions come easy to me, melodies, these kind of things come easy to me. What's more challenging is with the people that you're working with, that it catches their ability and their input, and like, you know. Because otherwise that's like one level of the process, and then lyrics, because you could have a good melody, and if the lyrics aren't good, that'll fuck it up, you know. So that takes more
lyrics, everything, man.
That takes more time for me, or more consideration. But I think I've gotten a little bit easier on myself. Like, it doesn't all have to be like if you take the pressure off and just be like, okay, what am I really singing about? Like, it starts to flow a little bit better. And it always starts to happen it's like anything, dude. If you're running a lot, you're going to get better at running. If you're writing lyrics a lot, shit starts to strangely fall into place.
Yeah. You ever get writer's block?
Maybe there was a time where I think it was when I was I got being on the major label thing we were talking about earlier. There was a time where I just got jammed up in like this sort of like demo circle where they didn't want to finance a record because there was like some corporate, you know, shift. And so they put you in a position of just like making demos, you know what I mean? And it started, and it was the first time in my life where it wasn't like performing really. So, but I was there, my rent was paid. I was in this sort of like, I wouldn't say golden handcuffs. I would say like kind of like a way shittier metal than that. But like,
so they had you unlocked. Like
they had me. I was sort of in a purgatory.
Damn.
And so then so basically your audience then becomes the A&R people. It becomes the people at the record label to get them to release the money to make a record, so that you can then you're no longer writing to your audience, you know. And so I think it fucked with me a little bit.
So you brought a demo and they were like, nah, go back.
Yeah, so like, dude, I'm thinking this shit rules, and you're telling me that it's not good enough for this thing, and I should write more.
Was it for Quicksand or other bands?
I think at that point it was for Quicksand had already broken up, and they had signed me to a solo deal.
I remember that.
And so, but you know, it's like when you're younger, like certain like years just seem longer, and it might have been like 2+ years just on ice. not doing anything. So you lose touch with your audience and you lose a little faith in your ability.
Then you're in your head about shit like about writing and all that
Yes.
stuff.
And because, it takes a lot of fucking work to do these things. So it's like you keep doing it to make the demos and you're enthusiastic, and then you just keep going up against the rocks, against the ideas of like whatever, at that point, probably like 2 or 3 middle-aged men that
Yeah, it's
have
like
their minds.
audience.
But it's like, it's a very strange audience.
Yeah.
And
But it's not people who know you and familiar with your records. You can't go out and play these songs.
yeah. So that's why I'll have like a lot of songs on the internet that were demos that didn't get really released. And, and they're on the, people say, oh my God, I love this unreleased song.
Yeah.
And it's like, had that been released at the time, that would have been a totally different trajectory. But I think that like that time, I wouldn't say writer's block, because I could still write, but I didn't have the same sort of confidence. And it took me a while to like kind of break through that.
How long you on there for? Like on that salary? How many years did that last that they had you? 5 years?
No, longer.
Really?
And
so they were paying you to be, you're on the label, you're getting paid.
Yeah. But I mean, sometimes it'd be like, hey guys, I need to get paid more. You know what I mean? So because you're just like on a sort of a leash. So it was never,
crazy, dude.
It wasn't like I was just like, they would just kind of give me enough money to like, for me to live my life and do my thing, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But I wasn't releasing music. So it would have been not.
Is that a normal thing for majors to do that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. And that was the first time I had ever experienced that. And it's not necessarily that anybody had any malice towards me or they wanted me on the label. You know what I mean? So it was like, I don't think it was like anything like ill-intended or something. I think it's probably like just a sort of like effect of being in a corporation, because they're like budgeting things and like, like you're just kind of like, I'm not like a money-making artist for them. I'm sort of like
they wanted to hit with you, right?
Yeah, they wanted me to be successful, but I was more of like an artist that would be attractive to, like it would. I think in a way that there was great people there that believed in me and really wanted to work with me, but I felt I was just like in this holding pattern that was outside of even a lot of their control. You know what I mean? Because especially they were restructuring.
I'm sure people lost their jobs the whole time. You guys
tons
in and out,
dude, and tons of other artists. I remember like there was this one where the label bought out this other label, and like people like Tricky got dropped, but I didn't get dropped.
Wow.
Like there was one day where they like dropped like 100 artists or something. It was like fucking Columbine, and I was like coming out of the.
Were you always worried about that?
I mean, maybe in some sort of like way that, I guess the point I was going to make was like, I could have said, hey guys, I'm sick of this shit. Drop me.
Yeah.
I need to like connect with my audience, and you guys are blocking me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think at that point I was maybe just like a little too comfy in my own little world of like my rent being paid.
I used to be creative all day long.
Yeah. And maybe scared of making a change at that point.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So I think that was the part where I did have the first thing of like, feeling some doubt about what I was doing, and but that I think like that always is there's always going to be the resistance to putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And I think now at my age now, it's like I still can struggle with that, but I have a better like objective understanding of what it is.
Yeah. Who did the 2 videos, the 2 Quicksand?
The recent ones,
Yeah,
a guy named Jesse, thank you, Jesse Corman. And the cool thing about the videos is like we made 4 videos in one day in the same setting.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
like each one is different, but they're
love
all is like, because I just was like going from tour to tour. So we got one day and we got to do 4 videos because that's just the only way that we can do this. And I think it's really cool because it's this he did a cool job of like making each one different. And
how'd you find him?
He was wonderful. Okay. He was wonderful.
But how'd you know about him?
How did I find him?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like, how did you find him? I found him pleasant. He Equal Vision.
Oh shit!
He had done some videos for Equal Vision.
Oh shit! Justin Brady, man.
Yeah,
Legend.
dude. backbone
Sweetest
of the
human
whole,
in the whole scene.
I love him so
One of the
much.
realest of the whole hardcore scene. Looks out for people like legit.
It's great, and it's so nice to be on Equal Vision, which I just think
That's right, you're on Equal Vision now,
yeah,
that's
it's,
right.
it's just wonderful and
You never were on there your whole career. Any other bands?
No, but I mean, I've always been adjacent to it.
Adjacent, yeah.
So
That's so cool.
So
Full
it's really
circle.
beautiful, and but anyway, they had worked with him on other things, and I just liked what his work, and Sergio was really bullish on him too. So I just found him so fun to work with, and he was so creative in this, like, you know, especially like hardcore and stuff, like or like probably anything creative now. You're always working with limits. Like how do you stretch your limitations and work within them? And I think he just did such a great job.
That's amazing. Yeah, the video's great, man.
Thank you.
I was psyched to hear it. I knew it was coming out. All of a sudden, he's dropped it too, right?
That's been our thing. Like we just like we're not hyping it on the front end of it. We're just kind of like, here it is.
So it's called Bring on the Psychics?
Bring on the Psychics.
I like that.
Thank you.
What's that name come from? What's it?
It kind of came from, it was something I saw where it was just kind of like, you know, it was sort of a funny show that I watched. Like it's RM Brown, shout out to RM. He kind of like watches political shows and just kind of makes fun of them.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was something that, you know, some like probably Fox or something like that just kind of brought in this like psychic person to like interpret events, and just kind of making the point, and it's sort of a funny point, but like at least fucking psychics are plugged into like humans and spirituality and stuff like that, where all these other sort of sources of like where we're looking for like, okay, what's going on in the world today are all driven by you know, these sort of strange like you know, they're not trusted anymore.
No, man.
So in this time, like we don't trust our government, we don't trust our media, we don't trust, you know, even.
I was thinking that the other day.
Like we don't know, we're all kind of like atomized, and so maybe now's a good time for psychics. You know, where you return to the. You know, people used to look at the stars and for the answers of like, okay, should I do this? Look at the stars.
Yeah.
The stars will tell you. And it wouldn't be like some niche thing. Oh, that's kind of cute. Like, what does my horoscope say? But it's like, that would be like the fucking source.
Yeah.
And the stars, say what you will, are pretty consistent in being there. And you know, you can make lies up about them or stories about them, but they are actually up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, sort of a play on that to kind of, I just thought it sounded kind of very Quicksandy too for some reason.
Sure.
And it just kind of rang well, but
No, I like
it's sort of speaking to that. And yeah.
You get political in your lyrics and stuff.
Huh?
In your own way, you get political in some of your music.
I think, yeah, but I don't try to get into any sort of like, I don't want to be in the conversation of like literal politics.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm not the amount of work I would have to do to be thought to hold up my own.
Yeah.
In like some sort of political discussion, or because as soon as you put yourself out there, there's going to be people going to come at you. There's going to be people going to say like, yeah, I would love you and you're the coolest. And there's going to be people that are going to be coming at.
I know, man.
And I'm not an authority, you know what I mean? I just have my own views on things, but I do feel like through my music, I'm addressing things in a more like kind of humanist way, like in a broader thing. Like to me, it seems, you know, like distant populations, the whole concept of that was like, there's people all over the world that you don't know about that are suffering on such a level that you could never understand, and you never meet them, but you are connected to them. You're not only connected to the suffering that, you know, living in the United States, especially such a rich place, and we are so effective. We're such a force around the world, and there are good things you could point to that the United States does, but a lot of suffering is done in our name. The shit that I find like super appalling.
For sure.
But I think people's suffering, it's like even in your own life, it's like if you shut someone down, or if you hurt somebody, or if you like, you know, even in your band, you know, I mean, if I win on you, it's just going to come back, dude.
Absolutely.
It's going to affect you. Like that's not how you treat people matters. And like, we're on this like big global spaceship, and like a lot of people are stepping on people and there's just, and there always been, but now it's like just seems at such a sped up maniacal level. So
sure.
I can't help but think about that, but I would never be, it's just not, I just don't want to spend my time like in the comments, like,
oh yeah, for sure,
because I'm not, you're not, it's just not I'm not a politician. You know what I mean?
You pay attention to politics and you follow stuff and read. Yeah.
But through my music, it's music, and so I think I want to have a feeling of like, just consider some shit.
Are you on social media a lot?
I'm on Instagram, but I'm trying to. I think on this this right now, like I want to get on a new platform because I think Instagram is really cool, but it's just like, I don't know, no diss to Instagram or my community, but I'm just, it's stale for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to do a post. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to do all the stuff that involves just like, I like just in a story, like if something just hits me or someone's shouting me out or something like that. But, I want to get into TikTok, man. That's where the kids are at. Yeah.
Really? You can start TikTok?
I'm going to start TikTok. I mean, that sounds like a threat.
I'm leaving Instagram.
But this might be like a real, who knows where it would end up.
What do you think the difference is?
What I'm told, I was just talking to a friend at TikTok, and it's just like someone's encouraging me to like do this. And I'm
your friend at TikTok. Okay.
Yeah. So, and like that it's way more like
positive.
I don't know that it's more positive, but I think it's like any platform. You'd be like a real
dark shit.
You could be a fucking real serious dick about it, or you could like make people think or make people laugh or whatever. But just that it's lower maintenance and that it's just new. You know what I mean? That it would be new for me to try that.
I heard they talk about some real shit over there. They talk about real issues. Some real shit going on.
I think my stuff will be more like I took a film of this guy the other day just cutting down, trimming a palm tree.
Yeah.
It's a high, like that's the kind of thing I'm going to put on TikTok. That's the kind of content you can expect from me. Like just weird stuff that's happening in life.
Look out TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Is coming.
Oh, I'm going to come hard, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm just like looking at it, trying to understand how it works.
Is your daughter on TikTok?
She was, but she deleted it.
Yeah,
she's a good kid. It's like
she's a good kid.
I'm
gonna go on it.
I'm going on it because I got a new record out.
No, that's true.
I just want to fucking participate.
Check out the vibes, dude.
Yeah, and just be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is just, if I wasn't doing music and trying to promote things,
you wouldn't be on there.
I don't know how much I would
it's
give to any of this.
Evil, man.
Yeah, it's necessary, and also like I do discover a lot of things, so it's not all bad. But I do find myself like,
doom scrolling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't need to be doing that. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not healthy for my mind.
No.
So I'm just gonna divert it into TikTok.
Are you checking DMs? You do respond to people on?
I do. Not not everything. Sometimes there's like there's one thing where it's like I have to take like an extra step to see what it is.
Primary and
I won't go to them as much. But a lot of times it'll be somebody they've known for like some amount of time, or like someone just saying something really nice to me or something like that. So it's like, is it hard for me to go, thanks? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool, but sometimes I will do that.
Are you reading? You read books? Are you reading books currently?
I am. I just finished a book. I mean, it's sort of like an easy, like a rock biography.
Okay.
Like I read the rock bio of Jesus and Mary Chain, the two brothers.
That's cool.
That was really cool. It was really interesting. I love Jesus and Mary Chain, but also that they were brothers, So I found that. I mean, you're a brother, especially brothers working in bands. I find that really cool. So I love that. And now I'm reading a book about. I haven't cracked it yet, but I bought it about when the Vikings. It sounds really corny, but I don't know. This stuff's easy to read, and I could get into the Vikings invaded England because I love the freaking Viking show some years ago.
Oh, you do? You love that show?
That show was amazing.
I never seen that. I wouldn't peg you as a Viking fan. That's crazy, man.
I mean, I just find it so interesting that there's like these land masses, and there's these countries, and there's these national identities, and then but at one time, just one group of people was living there, and then another group of people came in there, and I just like history too.
Yeah,
I find it interesting. But these are easy things. Like I'm working my way up to like to something like a fictional story, because I think those are usually harder because it's not as like I find rock books and history books very easy to get into, and that keeps me off of like Instagram and stuff.
Would you ever write a book?
I would, yeah. I haven't found the time or the sort of. I think it takes a lot of discipline that I haven't really raised my.
Maybe later on in life you do it. Something
yeah,
like that.
I surely want to. I think like, people have asked me and but I think it's a lot of work, and I'm just like not I'm doing enough shit right now.
Yeah. What about therapy? You ever been to therapy? What do you think about therapy?
Yes. I think therapy has been helpful to me. And I think that it has some limits as well, like,
you used to go back in the day? Or?
I went in my 30s.
Okay. Wow.
And, I found it was really cool at that time. There's your basic kind of childhood kind of traumas that you have. And I think at the time I was just a bit in a doldrum. I was in I had had a breakup at that time, and I just felt like I should be checking in with somebody that's not just like a friend, like someone that I could like maybe be rude or just say something that's like, I don't give a fuck if this person thinks I'm a good person or a shitty person.
Yeah.
Like,
Is this when you were on Island Records back then?
Yeah. So there's probably like, it's hard for me to know the chronology.
So maybe it's like during that time where you fucking.
Yeah. So I was like in a sort of a
prison.
pivotal time. And I felt like I should, my roommate was going to therapy. And so I thought, like it was post breakup. So I'd moved in with a friend of mine and she was in therapy. So I thought maybe I should go to therapy and kind of like check in with somebody. And I found it helpful to like get through the time that I was in and also address stuff from my childhood where it was like, my thinking about, how did that all go down? And so it was nice to kind of like clear some of that up. And then also the other thing is your therapist is just a person too, and they can be fucked up in all kinds of different ways. So you got to be careful what kind of advice you take from them,
man.
And
nobody's perfect.
It's like I think it's probably better as a sounding board. And I went to therapy like maybe like 5 years ago. Again, I just thought it would be a good time to check in. Maybe it was like in COVID times.
Okay.
I thought it would be good to check in with a therapist. The weird thing was, though, she was younger than me, and a lot of the time I just started to think like, what the hell? This is like
She hasn't lived.
She doesn't know the perspective I'm in, and so then I started to just sort of hit a block, and I don't know if I really got that far with it on that time. But I think it's the nice thing about therapy is that. Yeah, your friends are always going to be kind of like your advocate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have their point of view knowing you, and there's certain friends that I trust for certain things and that I would feel comfortable talking to, and other friends for others, you know what I mean? I have a good mix of people. But a therapist is good because they don't have that, so there's just like an objective person, like, is this crazy? Because this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And they're going to definitely say, no, it's not crazy. You're okay. You know what I mean? And so that's comforting. And also, I think just sometimes saying things that you're feeling that you just can be like a thought that you're having that's like, it seems like you're not comfortable sharing with whoever, even you like your partner, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's about your partner. My partner's fucking pissing me off.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? And maybe you need to get out of that.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure writing's therapy for you too, like doing music.
Oh yeah, writing, running.
Running for sure.
My relationships with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, even like, is therapeutic. You know what I mean? So I find that in a lot of places. I think therapy has its place, and I think it can be very helpful. But keep in mind that people that are therapists are also people too, and a lot of times they came to therapy because they had their own struggles
they needed to
they needed to go get through. So
what about sober? Are you a sober guy?
I'm not sober, but I feel as a straight edge person in the era that I was straight edge, I always feel I'm more straight edge than a lot of these straight edge people. You know?
How long were you straight edge for? Like, when do you stop being
I
straight
think a
edge?
few years probably, but they were crucial years, probably 16 to, probably like 20.
Yeah.
I might have had I think I had an alcoholic cider in England when I was like 20 or 21.
Had you not tried anything up until that? Like
I know I drank it
before you became
like
straight edge?
I grew up in Rockaway Beach, was like
Oh,
a fucking hammered community of very youthful drinking on the beach.
Okay.
As soon as you can, as your parent lets you stay out after dark.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
So you now you drink occasionally. What's your thing is whatever. California sober.
California sober. I mean, I'll drink. You know.
Yeah.
It's like
You seem to be somebody who had never had a problem with any of that stuff, though.
I'm pretty like measured in like I know like okay, time for you to take a day off.
Yeah.
Maybe you take a week off. See how that feels. And also just that I'm always monitoring. I mean, not in a I don't think in like in a sort of like where I spend too much energy on it, but I'm just aware of where my body's at, because like if I'm like, I can feel it when I'm running, I can feel it when I'm doing yoga. And so, and my diet, all these kind of things are all centered around
health.
I want my body to keep working.
Yeah.
And I want it to keep working, not just because like I love being mobile, I love doing what I'm doing, I want to be healthy. So I think that's the straight edge kid in me that's still always there.
And still veggie?
Yeah, a vegan.
Vegan now?
Yeah.
For how long now?
I guess 5-6 years now.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah. I was vegan in the 90s too for like a year or two, but I came back to it in COVID.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah, because we were just making all the food at home. So it's like, I'm going to go vegan. What the fuck? Let's see what this is like.
Is your daughter veggie?
She was, then she started eating fish again. But yeah, she, it's cool that she's conscious of it. You know what I mean? So she's,
That's
so
cool.
she probably, she's kind of picked that up.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier how like, back then, Youth of Today, No More, all those songs people were singing about, how here we are 40 years later and how veganism is so, it's everywhere, plant-based, all that. There's options everywhere we travel, man. It's incredible, man.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful, because I think getting into vegetarianism, veganism, like even like is it I don't know. I'd have to read like a study of like, are we like saving the animals, quote unquote?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think there's probably like bigger fish like that. That's like a corporate government kind of thing.
Totally.
But I do think it keeps you away from like shittier foods. I mean, of course there's vegan shit foods too. There's like processed stuff but I think generally it just keeps you a little bit on the healthier side of things. And, and I think that's, especially as you get older, like,
I know, man,
you don't know when that shit's going to fall apart, like it could, hey, some people have fall apart in their fucking 20s. Poor guys.
We're very lucky, man. I think we've been conscious about our whole entire lives from the scene we come from,
Yeah.
What's like the latest obsession you have right now?
Obsession. I don't know if I
Do you
feel
obsess on things?
I don't think I'm like that too much. Like, I'll sometimes get into, like I was talking about R.M. Brown, like that's just like a program that I just like becomes part of my routine. Like I just find it really funny. But I don't know that I'm obsessed on anything particularly right now. I guess sometimes like musically I'll get really into something.
Yeah.
But it happens less. I guess the closest thing was because I just read this Jesus and Mary Chain book. I'm somewhat very obsessed with their catalog, but I could see that wearing off by next week.
Are you always thinking about music in your head all the time? It's hard to like shut your brain off?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I will, left to my own devices, if I'm like by myself walking around, I will think of a riff and then I'll be like, fuck, I gotta like record it.
Damn.
And then once I record it, then I don't have to think about it. And like whether that riff comes back or not, it's like a mental.
Do you ever just sing the riff into your phone?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I got all kinds of riffs like, shit, I will, sit it, get it. And And then I'll
It's like the
listen.
Bad Boys. Bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam. That shit's so
That's what I'm
good.
doing. So like then I'll listen to it later and be like, oh my God, you sound like a fucking maniac. Or like, shit, that's pretty good.
You can figure out the riff from that though. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it'll be like, God damn it, why didn't I sing a little closer? But I literally have like
wow.
friggin' 14,000 of those things. Like,
Is it hard for you to sleep at night? Is you shut your mind off? Like,
no, I'm a pretty good sleeper.
mm.
Yeah. Maybe at one time, but sometimes I'll work on a song in my head, at night. It's not the best, but because then I'll just be like, actually, I just want to go to sleep. I'm not going to solve the problem
Yeah.
right now. All I'm
yeah.
just going to do is like make tomorrow a little bit harder to wake up, or I'm going to be behind the ball. So I mean, that's just, what's cool about getting older, and still making music, but you don't have to be making music. Like whatever, I feel like I work out things through music. But what I really love about my age now is like, I can consciously make that decision. Like, dude, this song's great. You're not going to figure this out right now. Go to sleep instead.
Yeah.
And I can tell my brain to do that.
That's awesome.
And I will actually, somewhat listen to it.
Yeah. Like shut it off. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, man. This
Get
riff
some
isn't
rest.
necessarily going to save the world tonight. Like, it's fine.
What about cats or dogs for you?
I'm a dog man,
Mm.
but I love cats so much. I've lived with cats and they're amazing. But because I have a dog, I just find it just fascinating in that to be around such a pure-hearted creature.
Yeah.
Never looking like I can always be myself. She's always just good. She's always good. Even if she's fucking something up, it's not to screw with me. And I don't know. There's dogs with all kinds of trauma and damage too that could be. But even the ones that they're still just like, there's something about dogs that is just like.
I love dogs.
No
disrespect to cats. But
no, dude, we love cats.
Cats. I don't want to
Cats
say on the
just
podcast. They're boring. I don't just.
They're not as interactive.
Yeah,
they're
shout
not
out
as
to the cats. I love cats.
We love the cats, and
no
I think
disrespect.
cats are like
cat culture.
bring so much to people, and
they
like,
do. They bring so much. Don't Arthur. We love you. We know we love you, cats.
Yeah, it's not
cat tats all day.
You're just asking me if I like cats or dogs better. Yeah. It's just to my taste a dog, but cats less work, and maybe some later time in my life, maybe a cat would be just fine.
Yeah, we're not saying we're never not gonna own one, but
no, I've had it.
We're having
yeah. So
Arthur loves cats.
Arthur loves cats.
Cat tats.
I don't want to get
no cat beef.
I don't want to get cooked by the cat people. Like
cat culture.
We love you. We love you.
Do you still love New York?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on like a real.
You're a New York native for life, dude.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on New York right now. I think it's like. We've got New York right now is so good. Like we have Mamdani. Shit's like just so the mood in the city is just like way more positive. Okay. Like coming off the Adams.
Coming out of the pandemic years, all that.
Coming out of the pandemic, and then Eric Adams, who was such a fucking corrupt. I just accepted it as like he's just it's like I don't need to get in on. He's just like he just wasn't. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
And I just find like what's happening, like Ridgewood is like got space for new people. I mean, it's got a lot of problems in terms that it's a very massively expensive city, but like Mamdani is like speaking to that problem. So like, I know there's people that hate on Mamdani too, but at least he's talking about the right things. Mm-hmm. And I just find it endlessly interesting and beautiful. New York City has, for the reasons it's always been, it's the mix of culture is so massive and so everywhere around you. Like
I do miss that.
You look at people and you're with them. Like they're in Los Angeles is awesome for that too. There's a lot of different culture.
You have to drive somewhere to do that. Though.
Yeah, and you're not going to interact with them
no.
unless you take those steps. And in New York, it's just everywhere around you, and the food is so awesome. And
you're finding new restaurants, all kinds of stuff you like. Yeah.
Always new shit, and it's just, I just love it.
So you love the new New York. All the old stuff's gone that we used to grow up going.
And I don't love everything about it, but it's like that is like, if I were like look at myself when I was a younger person and just like walking around like, yeah, like I'm in New York. I love New York. This is New York. This is the best New York. There was some person like my age across the street going, this little fucking kid doesn't know anything about shit. New York sucks now. New York was cool in like this time.
It's true, dude.
And it's like, you can see all of that. And like, you can see how it's changing. And there's things that's changed that have been like, I'm not so into that. But, you know, we got fucking bike lanes. We got e-bikes, dude. E-bikes rule. It's insane. You can whoop around the city. It's so convenient now.
Yeah. You know what else? I mean, obviously, you never really left New York except for Berlin for a little while.
Yeah, I lived in Berlin for a few years. I love Berlin, too.
It's like in New York, though, too.
It's got it was very easy. Berlin has its own charm, and it has like a good mix, too. It's a different mix.
Yeah.
Like Middle Eastern people, like a lot of Turkish people, like people from all the Syrians, Palestinians, Eastern European people from like Spain, around the EU. It's very cosmopolitan.
It's a vegan mecca, too, right now, man.
Veganism,
Bro.
like, and beautiful
so cool.
wide sidewalks, beautiful parks. It's an awesome city, but I love New York, and I'm very into it.
New York, NYT or die, bro. I can't see you living anywhere else, man.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful.
What's your top 5 New York hardcore bands?
Agnostic Front.
You know what's crazy? I wrote them down because I think I'm gonna be right.
Okay. Maybe I'll go back a little bit. Reagan Youth.
Oof, not on there.
I mean, from our era, I mean, I don't know.
AS my number 1 for sure.
Yeah. There's just so many. It's hard to name, but okay, I'm just gonna whip through a few. Is it fair for me to say Youth Today?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so Youth Today.
I mean, I'm honestly, dude, if I was you, I would put GB in there. It's so weird to say that, but you can't deny it, bro. Whatever. That's just my top 5.
If I could put GB in there, I would. But it's not for me to say. Feel like I can say Youth Today because it was like I joined Youth Today.
Totally.
I mean, people will give Bad Brains to New York. I feel like I kind of feel DC still owns them somehow. Let's see what else. Who else is good?
You got Warzone. You got Chromax. You got Sick of It, Underdog. Murphy's
Oh, Sick of It All. Sick of It All for sure. Murphy's Law for sure. That's 4.
Yeah.
Token
Entry, Killing Time, Leeway.
I'm gonna have to. I was gonna say Killing Time, but then shit.
But Killing Time, bro. That record's fucked, dude.
Let's just give it to Killing Time for Christ's sakes.
That's another one. It's like for me, I'm giving you flowers because you're here, but Killing Time is that one record in GB Star. Those records are like
they just nailed it, hit it. Like Killing Time just like took all the stuff that was happening and just like Anthony's just vibe and like they just fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I'm so honored to like be part of the Start Today record, live in your closet in the apartment, bro. All that shit. It's crazy that here we are in my house 40 years later.
That's so funny. I'm so honored to have lived in your closet.
I mean, Alan Cage's closet.
Yeah.
You see Anthony Killing Time did a video. He's driving through Queens yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's just narrating the whole video. Did you see that?
He's
like, there was a GB house where Toby Morse lived in the closet.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so good. Anthony's so funny on Instagram. I love him.
I know, bro.
He's a little self-depreciating.
I know.
You know, I want to give him a hug.
Like he's selling cars and talking about bricklaying, but he always looks good, though.
He looks great, and he's just so sweet, dude. I love Anthony so much.
He's like the big bro who broke my balls and called me the girly man from Maryland. But I loved him for it.
He's a ball buster, but deep down he's a softie, and like taught me shit so much about
I'll never
this
forget
music.
him pulling up to the GB house and I get into his car. It was some kind of nice car. He worked in Wall Street. And he played him the Bright Side in the car. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, dude, that shit.
The hardest shit I ever heard.
And it's cool, dude. It's like it's almost like the flip of the coin to Grill Biscuits. Grill Biscuits music is all like, we can do it, and like his shit's like, it ain't gonna happen.
I know, dude.
But it rules. It's like that's real too. You know what I mean? It's like not everything is shit or not everything is good, but it's like, but the feeling behind it is just so fucking well done.
I can put the record on right now. It still sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, dude. And I love we GB. They played with us last year, and I fucking love playing with those guys. And those guys are so good, and they're just so cool.
Age of Quarrel or Best Wishes?
Age of Quarrel. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, bro. Same. Yeah. Are you a Leeway fan too?
Yeah.
So Born to Expire, Best Wishes. I mean, Desperate Measures.
Desperate Measures.
Yeah.
Desperate Measures is really dope and
Good
has some really hot like songs, I'm
know.
gonna go Born to Expire though.
What about top 5 hip hop artists, MCs?
Guru.
Ooh.
These are gonna be all old people, pretty much. I mean, no, I'll speak contemporary and say
Old people that
Kendrick.
passed away. You put what, Kendrick?
Kendrick, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But who else? Chuck D, of course.
Ooh.
Rakim. That's 4. I loved Milk.
What? Milk
From
is
Audio
chillin'?
2. Yeah, Milk for Audio
What?
2. Well, I don't know. There's
other
maybe not
songs they
enough
have?
works. That one album. So let me think of someone that has
It's
a
a
little
great
bit,
album,
a
though.
little bit more.
Milk is chilling.
Okay. Let's say Q-Tip.
Wow.
Right?
I can see you say, yeah, for sure, dude. He
No,
never gets-
Nas. I'm gonna go Nas
Damn.
over Q-Tip. Q-Tip is really cool, but I don't know. I guess it's like we're talking about a lot of good
Because you're not a
guys.
solo artist, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, groups you can do, Tribe, De La, Wu-Tang, all that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot, man.
There's a lot of great guys coming out of New York City.
What about new bands? Are you checking out new hardcore bands and stuff? And-
Yes, I am. I like Restraining Order.
Oh, yeah.
I like I mean there's so many. I mean Angel Dust we were talking
Yeah,
about.
dude.
I love who else have I seen?
End It,
are amazing.
Start Today, Painted Truth, Mind Force.
Mind Force are dope.
Combust. You heard Combust?
Combust are dope.
From Staten Island, bro.
There's just so many great bands right now. I really loved Gel before they broke
yeah,
up.
Scowl, Gel.
Yeah, Scowl great. Speed are sick.
So sick. Dude.
I find that there is such a variety and so
Diverse,
many
man.
cool bands that are bringing the right energy to it. And
Yeah, they're representing the core in such a first of all, another level, but such an amazing way.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to see. I'll watch all these different shows all around the country,
Yeah.
all around the world right now.
dude, Bad Beat from Detroit, I love them.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just like because I'll go to the festivals and stuff, and
Check out some bands.
and a lot of cool bands open for GB. So I'm. At first, I was like, I remember being like, "Hey, man, the bands that are opening for us are kind of like, they're getting good." You know, where they didn't speak to me. Not they were good, but it didn't really speak to me. It was just like, you know, and then it was like, I'm actually like watching all of them and digging it and having a time. So, yeah, it's a very fertile scene right now.
Yeah, and there's so many different festivals all around the world. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's cool to see Speed from Australia being like one of the biggest hardcore bands worldwide, and they're from Australia.
Yeah.
There's never been a band like that from Australia before that came out like that.
Yeah, they bring it, man, and they come with a lot of positivity. The music sounds like it's for murdering, but
Yeah,
the
but there's
messages are self-actualization, self-help.
Anti-Asian hate. There's some great songs.
Yeah,
man.
they really bring the uplifting spirit to like a
It's
music.
so posy, dude.
Yeah, but the music's fucking hard. Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it's cool. And then obviously we got a Turnstile out there killing it, representing the hardcore to the fullest, dude.
I mean, they're lifting all boats.
Yeah, great kids. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy for that band.
Yeah,
dude.
well,
Like,
wonderful people, and to have those guys like kind of break through in the way they have, like they're like the right people to be doing it. You know,
for sure, because they're part of this community still. You know.
Yeah, and they're
Around for a long
they have
time,
been. Yeah, they're not a new band.
They're not, dude.
Like so,
Like
it's
15
like
years or something.
yeah,
dude.
and they know all this shit, and they help build it, and you know, and so like, and that they to be friends with them. That they're, you know, reverent of work that, you know, that we've done, and
Yeah, there's a mutual respect
and that's
there
a
for you,
part of it. It's
for
it's
sure.
wonderful. It's a very cool thing that I would not, you know, you can't. It just happens.
Like I think about that Baltimore moment where they played to 10,000 people for free last year. And then I think about the moment that's always going viral. It's the Bad Brains at CBGB's, and like everybody's moshing across the
Yeah.
stage. I think like that moment is maybe their kind of moment. They'll look back 10, 20 years from now, like that time they played that free show.
Yeah,
That was a crazy moment seeing that Baltimore show, dude.
yeah, it's
And
wonderful.
then the one under the bridge.
And I love that it's not like blown out the genre.
No.
You know, like maybe in a different time, like in the 90s, it might have blown out the genre. You know what I mean? Because it would have been like every band on friggin' the MTV would have been like
So
this thing, and
true.
you would have been like, I'm sick of this shit.
You're so right,
Whereas
dude.
now it's just like, okay, it's like it's Turnstile. Turnstile can draw those kind of numbers. No one else can. You know what I mean?
I went to the biggest headlining show last year. It was 13,000 people. It was 14 here.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane, bro.
Yeah. So I'm hoping some of those 13,000 people is going to trickle down to
the
it's like
Quicksand show.
like when you were touring around with the H2O, I'm sure you guys played with different kinds or hazes.
Totally.
You toured with bands that had a bigger following.
Totally.
That didn't really know the genre, but not everybody. But there's a percentage of people that saw you guys and it changed their whole shit.
Yeah. I think that's true too, and I think that Turnstile is doing that for a lot of bands.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about this the other day. I'm just gonna put it out in the atmosphere, but I could totally see Quicksand on tour Turnstile or something. I'm just gonna put it out. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it'd be totally perfect.
Yeah.
I think the crowd would love you guys, the energy, all that thing. I think that'd be a beautiful thing to happen.
Well, if the boys are listening right now, we are available.
Check the date.
We do have some. The calendar is marked up somewhat, but I think we could probably squeeze it in.
I'm just saying that I think
worth
that'd
a
be
conversation.
super dope. I'm just saying it'd be super amazing.
Hell yeah.
I think you guys would win over the crowd. It'd be a perfect combination.
Yeah.
Man. So
thank you.
I'll put in the atmosphere. But the record comes out July 17th.
Yep.
Bring on the Psychics. Get to it's out now and Regenerates now. The videos are great. Songs are great. I appreciate you being here. I love always chopping up with you and catching up. We end up talking a lot about the past day, but we are living in the future. They have a new record coming out.
Yeah.
And Walter's continued to make music for the past 30, 40 years, and you inspire me. Now I always put you and Tim Armstrong as my top writers of our generation. You know what I mean?
Thanks so much. I love Tim and I love you, dude. It's so cool that we me and Toby freaking lived in our first apartment together.
1988.
In 1988, GB
Jackson
House,
Heights.
and we're still fucking doing it, and we're still fucking great friends, and I love you so much. So it's wonderful to reconnect whenever we do this.
Always come back. You like always welcome on the pod, like chopping up with you. You've been on 3 times. I think I should make like jackets, like when people do SNL, they get certain jackets.
Yeah.
How many times have been? I gotta figure that out.
Or like a pirate's hat, like the Pittsburgh Pirates where they put a little star on it. I got 3 stars now.
And then also put this out there. I hope that you and Haley Williams connect in real life. I know you guys talk on Instagram.
Yeah.
We talked about it on our episode.
Yeah.
I know she's a fan of all your work.
What's so funny is I was just talking with a friend of mine last night, and she was like, I was like, what are you listening to? This is the new Haley Williams record. And she says, I'm not like, I don't know it from anything, but I heard this one song and I've been listening to her album and I fucking love it. And I didn't expect that from her. So like, I downloaded the record and I'm like, I'm going to be doing a lot of driving. So I'm going to be jamming to Haley Williams.
It is such an incredible record. I'm so proud. It's her first solo record. Like the songs, her lyrics, her bars, what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She speaks the truth about everything she's been through in her life, and just seeing her success of this tour and hang with her. And I'm just so happy for her, man. She's got like 2 sold out Hollywood Bowls coming up.
That's wonderful.
And it's like solo shit.
It's like good to see good people doing great.
Yeah.
Making people's lives like, filling it with music and life.
I hope you're in town when she plays in New York in the fall for sure.
Oh yeah, I will surely go.
I just saw you guys are playing Vegas the same night as No Doubt too.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss them unfortunately. I wouldn't.
I'm gonna go see that in like 2 weeks. I gotta see that in real life, dude.
Yeah,
it looks amazing, bro.
Oh, that's cool. I've gone to shows that I saw. Who did I see at the Sphere? I saw
Oh, you've been there? Okay.
Dead and Company there. It was fucking amazing.
Damn.
Yeah.
I want to see Metallica there too.
That would be sick.
You saw Dead? Wow, you're a Deadhead.
I'm familiar with them. It was more like they were in town, and Steve Reddy actually was like, Steve Reddy just got us tickets. It's like, you want to go see the Dead? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I am going to put this on record before we stop this. You were the first person I ever saw in the hardcore scene wearing a tie-dye shirt.
Yeah.
That is facts, dude. I might have been Love Animals Don't Eat Them was like purple, is like something like that back then. You've always been fashion forward too. I'm going to give you props too. You always fucking had cool fits, cool style.
Oh, thanks so much, man.
And you look like a really young, handsome Paul McCartney. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that.
You're the best.
You still got great hairline.
You're the best.
Okay, I love you, Walter.
I love you too, man.
Don't hit him up on social media. He's not going to answer. He doesn't really check out his shit. Just go see him.
Look for me on TikTok, straight to the source. But I really don't know what the hell I'm doing yet. But yeah.
I feel like I want to join TikTok just to see what your TikTok.
See what my journey is.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the guy chopping down a palm tree. Okay, thanks everybody. Peace. Okay, awesome. We're back in the pod. We're recording with Schreifels, the world traveler. Hi, Walter. How are you?
Back to the pod. You will pod when we pod. Yes, I'm doing good.
Dude, so last time you were here, you played California, and then you went straight from Cali, and I saw an incredible set by Youth of Today at the Tied Down pre-show. It looked amazing, bro.
Oh, so fun, man. It was just like hardcore, working perfectly. So much fun.
Dude, it was just from the initial like riff of like the beginning of the song, just people started going off, dude.
It was so cool. And it's just was that nice. It's like what I love about Youth Today playing, and maybe I'm trying to be as objective as I can because I was a big fan of the band, as you know,
Yeah,
before
totally.
I was in the band. It's just like the music gets you so psyched up and gets you feeling like, like you could change the world or like change
Yes.
yourself or do something like really. It just gets you in this like elevated state. And I think that was the energy in the room the whole time. I mean, it's like a lights on hardcore show. You know what I mean? It's not like,
That's right. The lights were on. That's right.
oh, it was dope. And no stage, which is really cool too, because people have to sort of there's a sort of awkwardness about that because like
Mhm.
when you have a stage, like people just get on the stage and dive off, but when there's no stage, what do? Everybody just knew what to do. It was beautiful.
And everybody's like face to face, and it's just like
And
it's
everybody's face to face and can see each other, and like, but nobody's like self-conscious. Everybody's just feeling 100% just open and wild. So yeah, I love that show. That was a special one.
is it a different feeling from like I saw like you kind of clapped off to start the first song, and then you come out with New Direction, like da-jing. Is it a different feeling playing with those two different bands, like when you play those songs, or same energy? Yeah, different energy.
I have a different role, like so.
Yeah.
Like in Youth Today, my role is, well, I'm a good bass player and I play well in Youth Today. Like I'm not saying that I slack, but like it's a lot easier, sort of like, it's just more open, for me. Like I play kind of like a guitar in Youth Today. So I just feel like very much wrapped up in the mess. I feel like really.
Maybe because
like,
you didn't write a lot of those songs, so you're just playing it, so it's
Yeah.
different. It's different, right? Maybe, I don't know.
I'm in the band, but I'm also like a convert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like 100%. Like, when you first saw Youth Today, and you were like, "Holy shit, this band is sick. I'm gonna become straight edge. I'm gonna become vegetarian." Like that kind of fills me up, and like, so I'm sort of like, I have that a lot when I'm in the band.
I don't want to say the word fan, but yeah.
I mean, fan like isn't even big enough. You know what I mean? Like just convert. You know what I mean? Like with Youth Today, it wasn't enough to like be a fan. I felt at the time, obviously, I ended up joining the band, but like I felt like, your whole shit just changed. You know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
dude.
You're seeing like a different way of doing hardcore.
Yeah.
There was like cool hardcore before that in New York that I fucking loved and still do love, but it was like this whole positive sort of energy and like plugging into ideals that I had grown up with, because like if I felt like my parents like told me a lot of things that were like very in line with what the Youth Today philosophy is, but also like so much more, so I fucking love that. Whereas GB, it's like it's just I get to like I started off the set with that little guitar part, and I kind of feel like with Youth Today, it's like that's we're the boys. We made the shit up. You know what I mean, for ourselves.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's not like I didn't join their band. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like we did this, so it has a different energy, and
it's crazy, bro.
And we're always cracking each other up, and we really just appreciate, but the bottom line is like in hardcore, like between Youth Today and GB, like especially. I feel like the audience is the show, what I mean, for me,
sure.
like, because they are fucking going off. They're doing the craziest shit, and it's just like how everybody is just so open, and so I'm playing the show, but I'm also like observing it as well.
Yeah, especially playing on the floor. You're actually in the show. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that.
So then you go from Detroit, and now you're in Milan with Gorilla Biscuits. Just played a show out there. And then you have a couple shows out there with them. Then you go from that to a Quicksand tour.
Yeah, I'm really my card is really full right now.
It's incredible, man.
I mean, I'm having a great time. So I'm super grateful, and I really love, uh, I love the people that I play with. I really enjoy everybody's company, and getting to travel and play music for like people all over the world. I mean, it just sounds kind of like glib in a way or whatever, but it's I never get I still just love it so much.
No, I love these sort of traveling and all that shit, flying, and I don't know if you love flying so much, but just to wait.
No, not as much.
But just waking up super early the day after the show, it's crazy. He was talking earlier, like an early wake up call to fly to England tomorrow. That's I feel like that's the work. Being in the band, the only work is everything around that 23 hours around that 1 hour of having fun playing. That's the work, like sleeping, traveling, resting, staying healthy and stuff.
That is very true. Yeah. Like, yeah, my work is having to wake up and go to the airport, but also staying healthy and keeping with it. And like, I mean, it's really nice. Like, we don't really do anything too extensive or long to where like, conditions can like beat you psychologically, which I think is totally normal.
For sure.
But and we're also, we're older and we've done it for a while. So we're just all kind of like, just stoked to be doing what we do.
Yeah, it's just so cool to see, like we talked on the pod, like us knowing each other from back then, like '88, living together. Then now, like we're still doing music. You're still fully busy and touring so much and still doing what you love. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's really amazing to see.
Yeah, very grateful for it.
And so since you on the pod, you guys announced the tour with Bane, which looks amazing. That's coming up in the U.S. That looks incredible. Shout out to Bane. That's a great package. Also, the Knicks. Your team, the Knicks.
It's all coming together.
The Knicks are doing good. I think is there like another game, right? I'm not really familiar with sports, but people going crazy about the Knicks, dude. it's like
I know.
27 years later, I think, right, since something like this happened or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the I think it was 97. I think the last.
Wow, dude.
And they didn't win. They didn't even come close. I don't know if they got swept, but they got. It wasn't that competitive. They haven't won since I think 73 or 74.
Damn, dude.
And never has a basketball team probably spent more money in that time and not won. So, but
wow.
Whatever. It's just like, it's just nice to be in New York, and with the world being so fucked up in like every way, like the United States doing all this fucking psycho shit,
dude,
and just so much going on. Like, at least in New York, we got our little team that's doing great, and it feels like the city feels lovely.
Yeah, it's a kind of cool to get out of America right now. Like just looking, it must be interesting for people to look at America from overseas and stuff. Just see it. I wonder how we even look from looking on TV and the news and all the stuff happening here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro.
It's not a great look, I would say.
I would say that too.
I'm no political man.
I know.
It's not looking too great. It's interesting though. I think honestly, people get it. You know what I mean? As far as like the like we're in America, we're American people, whatever. Like I don't associate that hard with anything like that, too much.
Yeah.
But like but I think people understand that you live in a country and you have a government.
Totally.
And they do stuff that they do, and it's not like you can't really necessarily attach everybody to like the actions of a government, which maybe is doing absolutely the opposite of what people is good for people. So I think people get it. No one's I bet like a country like Italy, they've had their tough times too. So
for sure,
I think they get it.
So you guys, it was Slam Dunk Fest today in Italy, right?
Yes.
That's crazy. I thought that was like an English festival.
I'm playing a Outbreak festival with Quicksand, and Outbreak is a really dope festival.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's an incredible one.
You're playing that in like another few weeks.
But this one today in Milan, was it a slam dunk in Milan? Wow, it's crazy. So I guess
I don't know. Maybe it's not called slam dunk. To be honest,
I think it did. I thought I saw the. I can check it. I thought I saw the flyer.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the names of the festivals.
There's so many.
A lot of them have festivals like "We'll kick your ass," "Slam dunk," "In your face." A lot of these things. A lot of
it's like a fucking sentence. Yeah.
They have these like bold names, which I love that. So it makes people remember it. But in this case, I think it's Slam Dunk. In any case, I'm having a great time, and it's an awesome festival.
No, for sure.
Check out Knocked Loose. which I'm really fucking.
Oh
psyched
yeah,
for.
those are the homies. I just had Brian on the
Yeah.
podcast. He's a sweet human, and I really
He rules.
love that band, dude.
Hell yeah.
So the day after the podcast, you freaking dropped Crystallize with the new video and everything. I had no idea that was coming. We didn't even talk about it on the episode. It's a great song, man. Really great song,
Thanks so
dude.
much, Toby.
I'm loving these
I
3
appreciate
songs,
it.
bro. All of them have like their own. It's Quicksand. It's new Quicksand, but it has the old flavor. Like it's like I just feel like I don't know that is perfect Quicksand songs for 2026, and it's like all 3 of them. I've been like working out to them, listening to them, and like they all have like their own cool energy. You know what I mean? It's really inspiring, man. Like I talked on the pod about doing the record with my band. Like you're really inspiring me to like do something and make some new records, something this year with my son on drums and everybody. So yeah, the songs are great, dude. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for you, man.
Thanks so much, dude. I'm really psyched that especially like my friends and the people that I hold close like are giving me a lot of love for it. So like it's fucking awesome. And we have a new song dropping.
Damn, another one.
Another one coming, and it's fucking awesome. And I'm like, this is one of my favorite songs that's coming. So like,
how many gonna drop
but
before the
record's
album?
4.
Okay.
So there's like, this is from what I understand, this is how it's done these days. Not to sound like Gramps over here, but like you're kind of trying to like what I'm told, which makes a lot of sense because in the modern environment, if you just put out a record, everyone's like, yeah, this rules, and then they're kind of like, next.
Totally, dude.
mean?
Totally, dude.
So we're trying to have our moment in the sun, but
I'm gonna keep hitting
I
them,
think
man.
the record's
yeah.
I think the record's really great, and it's like if people are in this with the 3 songs, they're gonna love the
Oh
rest of the
yeah,
record.
dude. If these are the first 3, I'm sure the fourth is a banger, and then the rest of the album. So it's like, yeah, man, I'm really stoked for you. I'm psyched to see you guys on that tour, and yeah, I appreciate you being on the pod again. Just want to catch up because there was a couple of things that happened since I saw you last. But yeah, you're fucking world traveling, man. You're gone out there for like a couple months now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out here for. Well, I guess when I saw you was the beginning of like my trip.
Yeah.
So started out west. I went to go visit my dad in San Diego,
awesome.
and then I did those GB shows, Circle Jerks, and Detroit. Now I'm in Europe, and then so I got like another month or so left, and then I'm going to end up in Japan. I'm going to
Atiba's birthday.
Atiba and Ako's birthday party. So
dude,
that's the finish line.
Bro.
Whatever's left of me is going to end up there.
So it all worked out to be there in time for that. That's incredible, dude.
Yeah. So I'm. This is a very special trip.
That's some real G shit. Happy birthday in Japan, bro. That is incredible, dude.
It's a big one. It's our 50th.
Maybe the Edge might pull up and sing happy birthday. You never know, dude.
I'm not even asking because I know like Atiba's rolls with like some really, really cool people.
Such a diverse, cool, group of people. Yeah.
Man. So I'm sure whoever shows up is going to be great. And it's always, Tokyo is like such a fun place to just go no matter what. So it's going to be awesome.
Well, good, man. Well, have a safe trip. Have safe travels up there. By the time you get back, will the record be out by the time you get back? Yeah, it's coming out in July.
I think the record comes out in July. Actually, no, I'll be back before.
All right,
so
cool,
it comes out, I think, in the 17th, I believe.
All right, cool. This pod will be out for you for that for sure. And yeah, Walter, I appreciate you all the time, catching up with you, and I could pod with you forever. So, but be safe out there. I know it's a long distance phone call.
Yeah.
Say hi to the guys. Say hi to the rest of the GB guys for me, the Quicksand dudes, and yeah, I'll see you soon, brother.
Right on, dude. Love you. Talk
Love
to
you
you
too,
soon.
brother.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo off in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching, and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.